Thanks everyone for coming tonight.
Say all
wonderful.
the things you can think about. Potato babies.
It was wonderful seeing you all. Great game tonight.
Nate's frozen on mine.
David
Everyone's
Hasselhoff.
frozen, except for Hunter.
Hassle David Hoff.
Why would you hassle David Hoff? What did David Hoff ever do to you?
Hassle.
He knows. He knows what he did.
Oh, I need to hit enter on all of these Discord promotions.
Where's
knows what he
the
did.
reconnect thing?
In the bottom of the settings in Roll20.
Oh. Alright, need to turn this music on. It's too hype.
Too hype.
Gotta not be hype anymore.
Too
We're
hype
about
for
to play
Jake.
games.
My general suggestion for music for this is The Witcher 3's Exploration Suite.
No.
That's an official endorsement from Lillian Eldora.
No.
Ladora,
Loldora.
the bucket that done it. Yes, put it up further, Nate.
You don't want to be in the bucket where it happened.
We only want to see your ceiling.
That's a really cool feeling. I like that.
That's my ceiling.
My ceiling is not that exciting.
Is that light one of the lights that like every Midwestern house has? Where it's like the
What?
with the dome with the little screw in the middle?
You can
Oh,
very well, but
Nate.
I'm nodding my head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the booby light.
I
I could
just
really
watched one of those.
Oh yeah.
Kind
really
of,
watch
not
myself
quite the
out.
proper one, but
The ceiling booby.
If I turn this one on, I can really wash myself out.
Do you ever see that one as like an architecture fail and it's like two of those lights in the ceiling and then it's like kind of a tan colored and just the shadow they gave off just
Oh,
looked like
yeah.
two
Yep, because they would
like
shadow
realistic
each
boobs
other.
with like dark nipples in the front.
Whatever you're saying, Jordan, I like it.
Thanks.
All right.
Don't tell Jordan like things. It's a bad idea.
Sure to tell
I'm
me
sorry,
you
I'm
like
just kidding,
this.
Jordan. I hate everything about you.
I hate
I really appreciate that you take my opinions to heart. You know that means a lot.
I mean, that is his name.
Because of what Cody just said to
This
me, I hate
episode is
everything
sponsored
about
by A&W Water.
No.
it. Is that a thing?
No. Not A&W Water.
Hey, sponsors,
A&W
dude.
root beer,
My
maybe.
Sponsors.
No,
Sponsors,
A&W
sponsorship sponsors.
Sponsor.
God, A&W root beer is so good though.
Oh my gosh, guys, the Zweihander RPG channel is live.
no, don't
What?
lie.
Gosh.
Who are they? Who's live?
You guys should check out that awesome show that they're running right now.
What's it called?
Do
It's
tell.
called Scarlet Sash Stories. And it's
It's
got
a really stupid name.
it's
That
just
is really
it's better than the first name. Do you remember what the first name was? Like I was trying to call
You
it
were
the
just wandering around in the desert.
No, he was trying to call it the Sash Bearers, and that's not even a word.
You mean it's not first I bang your drum, then I bang your mum?
It is not.
Wow.
That's the
That's-
little subtext.
That's my
Disappointing.
favorite.
It says Scarlet Sash Stories. First we bang
Colon,
the drum,
yeah.
then we bang your mom.
We don't even
Part
have a
3,
we don't even have a musician.
What's the name of this episode, Hunter?
The name of this episode is The Witch in the Tower. How about that?
That's
no.
weak.
That is
Weak.
Week.
No, it's episode
Weak
3, Beasts and Boogans.
Beasts
Oh.
and Boogans.
Bestiality.
Oh.
Actually, Actually,
Reality.
Beastly boobies. What?
Beastly boobies.
Beastly boobies. What?
Beastly boobies.
Beastly boobies.
Oh no!
What?
That's a stream within a stream! Ah! Oh no! That's a stream within
Say it
a
isn't
stream!
so.
Ah!
so I did
Say it
actually.
isn't so.
I created a tunnel on accident.
Say it isn't so.
I created a tunnel on accident.
Say it isn't so.
I created a tunnel on accident.
Headphones you got there?
Hunter's like, I actually turned off the stream because you guys are so bad at
Yeah.
life.
Obese.
That makes sense.
Okay,
We are pretty bad.
Obese.
I fixed
Just
it.
having fun playing with my webcam.
Yeah, we can tell. You're
that
just
what
a
they
pair
call
of
it now?
eyes now.
Okay, but we do have a problem.
Oh.
We do?
Yes.
Do tell.
The stream title is not updated, so I need to text Daniel real quick.
And tell
As
him.
as a mod, you can't change that?
We need you!
Actually, I think I can change it from the chat. Let's see.
Yeah. Quit being dumb head.
Yeah, don't bother Daniel. It's Friday night. He's probably out getting twerk now.
Twerk?
No, it's Friday night. He's doing what all
He's
the
coming
cool
out
kids are
twerking.
doing, which is watching the Scarlet Sash stories. This is
Obvious.
the place to be.
Yeah, no one has anything better to do on a Friday night but watch this.
Exactly.
Be there or be square.
It's true.
That's a rectangle.
That's a rectangle.
Is that a square?
Be here or
Let us
be
know in
there.
the chat if this is a
I have an important question.
Be there or be hard.
What is the important
Why
question?
does everyone's notes with a picture of a sexy man elf who's ripped as fuck in a sexy shirt?
What?
Hey, don't judge that man.
Oh,
My kink is
damn.
getting called fat by men.
I'm really
Reject on the
confused.
internet.
I don't know what you're reading,
What are you talking
but it
about?
hurts me.
I know what he's talking about. It's
By
the
men,
everyone's
I reject on the
Handouts.
Yeah, everyone's notes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what
there's
did
a thing
we
called everyone's notes.
what did we say this episode was called?
Beast
Beast
Singing the drum,
and
then I bang
boobies.
your
And
mom.
boogans.
Oh,
I like
Beast.
mine better.
beastly boobies.
No.
Either Beasts and Boogans or Racist Cow Corpse Ravine. But I don't think the second one's a great idea.
All right.
Boogans on a pseudo horse.
It looks like we fixed it.
Nuh-uh.
You did it. You're the best.
I believed in you.
Oh no. Text isn't here. Why?
Uh-oh.
I think he'll be here.
Did you tell
Yes.
Yeah, I posted it
Yes,
in.
stop until it gets here.
We can't play
Oh.
without
I
text.
have to watch
We
it.
really
again.
can't.
Okay. All right.
Alright. Last time.
Next time on Beast and
This
Boogans.
time.
Bogan's Run. I like that, but it's actually it's pronounced Boogan. So the
Boobin.
pun is
Last time,
less
Boogan
So are
effective.
we gonna
Well,
run
the-
into one of these guys that has some long hair, nice blonde mustache, and he's gonna go, "Hey there, brother! I'm Hulk
Wait.
Hogan."
That's Hogan's Run.
Oh,
It's Boogan.
We're getting one step
Hulk.
away.
Hulk Boogan.
Hulk
Bulk Boogan.
Boogan. All right. So the title is updated. We're live. We posted all of our social media stuff.
Did we?
I did. I'm
Oh, okay.
I don't know about you guys.
Alright. I'm just checking.
One of us has to be responsible.
So I think we're ready to go.
Nope, Nate's gone.
Oh yeah. Quick, start without him.
Professionals.
All right.
Quick, kill him.
Quick. His character's dead.
Hmm.
Drowned in jizz.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
are you
unrefined
moving
and
me, Hunter?
unsophisticated. Like my armpits.
I was gonna say, why am I further away from the group than everyone? Oh, now.
Oh
he's
wait.
back.
Okay, here we
My
go.
armpits are
Disgusting.
bogans.
Yeah.
Disgusting. He's back.
No. I said do the recap.
Oh, we didn't hear
No.
you. Your mic probably cut it
We
out.
did.
Maybe. You guys are buttholes.
Okay.
Set your screen.
So who wants to volunteer as historian?
I would like to.
All right, Cody, recap last week's episode.
No.
After returning from their difficult mission, some
A few days.
A few days had passed, after which we abused Trish due to her racism, and we had some training montages. We interacted with some NPCs who were having some various levels of success and failures. We shared our personal woes with our guard captain over some fine wine that Celine had sort of twisted his arm into doing. And we set up that we wanted to be something special that the military could consider as assets, not just as cannon fodder. After this couple of days was over, we ended up taking a series of missions outside of our fort. We ended up heading first towards the one in our central northern section, which is to investigate a tower that mysteriously appeared one day. Citizens that came near the tower had been struck ill with poison, likely from boogans that were dumping poisonous foods into their soup pans and all sorts of different problems, sort of wreaking havoc on the town. We investigated this. Apparently there is a haunted cow corpse ravine where they throw, all of the cows that were either killed, had bad body parts, or in this case had been heavily mutated due to the falling star that caused the cataclysm that we're currently dealing with. After doing some folklore investigation stuff, we came to the conclusion that there was likely some kind of orc witch mama that was sort of running things with her Boogan children and trying to do some kind of investigation on this beast of some kind that lives in the cave down in the Cow Corpse Ravine. So we were preparing to go and set up some kind of investigation to go and look into the ravine during the daytime to see what we can figure out, and if necessary, wait until night for the orc mama to come back out so that we can interrogate / murder her, whatever needs to happen.
Probably murder.
I like killing things.
Nate, are you gonna
Alright.
fix your camera, or are you just gonna leave it like that?
I'm doing stuff. I'm picking at my teeth because I got stuff in my little bracket thing. And I don't think anybody wants to sit there and watch me like,
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, there's
People
different
just pay money for that.
Maybe I should do some asthma while I'm doing it too, Lee.
Yeah.
Some OnlyFans.
There's an OnlyFans category for that.
Between my teeth.
OnlyFans.
I got it. There we go.
Yeah, you gotta get really close to your mic and like whisper into one side of it.
Oh yeah, just like that.
Exactly. Perfect.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
So yeah.
Wow. I hate it.
Truth now.
So we're here for Sash Bearers, Scarlet Sash Stories, episode 4, which has been titled Beasts and Boogans by popular vote.
I like beastly boobies, personally.
And
Rubies too.
well, it's not going to be any of that this time, I don't think.
The
Sadly.
recurring adventures of the Mean Girls.
The Mean Girls and Hard. And
Spice Girls.
Celine.
No,
You guys forgot the best part.
Mean Girls.
what was the best part?
Hart got a really big sword last
Hart
week.
did.
Oh, yes.
Hart earned a
Hart
sword.
got a Zweihander and Trish got beamed in the face with a bucket.
Yep.
Access
Those
to
were
alchemy
definitely
kit.
some
Your
highlights.
argument is invalid, Topher.
What? Who? Where?
I got access to an alchemy kit. Your argument is invalid.
No.
Yes.
He's gonna out-alchemy your sword, so
Yeah.
you're gonna swing a sword at him, and he's gonna be like, "Give me 15 minutes."
Yeah. Gotta make
Yeah.
something.
I got an anti-sword potion for this one. Go ahead, hit me with it. See what happens.
Cut him in half. Oh shit! I got the proportions
It'd be
wrong.
like how Cody's character died in the Witcher RPG.
Oh
Jesus.
no.
I will
Just
never
gets
forgive you for that.
Rubies 2, the boomerang. Wait, what happened? What I missed?
That Witcher character.
How I killed Cody's character in The Witcher.
In one hit.
It was really fun.
Well, you see, part of that was just your own fault for making a super squishy character and then being on the front line.
You put us in a tunnel.
Yeah, that was your fault. Why were you at the front in the tunnel facing the guy head on when you were throwing daggers?
I was behind the Witcher.
You were up against him because you wanted like the +6 for point blank.
Yeah, literally, I could have dodged anything except an ally-originated strike. I stand by it.
As quality of content as this
Decisions.
is, we should move on.
Different game.
So,
You're right.
does anybody have anything that they need to update for our safety tool before we start?
I don't know. Did we get experience last time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Teeth.
Did we?
We did?
I thought we did.
Not last time,
Okay, good.
but the time before. Yeah.
We didn't actually do anything. We were just doing like RP stuff.
I mean,
mostly.
RP is things.
Worth experience.
Sorry, we didn't do any actiony stuff or go on a mission.
Yeah.
We actually didn't do anything.
We
last
just sat.
stream.
Just
Just
sit here and
sat
talk
here
to like.
and did this.
So yeah, if nobody has anything particular that they want to bring up, then
We can do pickles this week.
no pickles.
I have become deathly allergic to pickles within the last 15 minutes. Just talking about it makes me break out in hives. You just can't see them.
Pickles.
God damn it, Jordan.
Gotta respect
I actually
the-
recently fought a
good
bunch
thing
of
real quick.
monsters, so if we could not fight,
Not fight any
after this
monsters?
session.
People are gonna blink out for a second. 1 second.
Oh, he's moving us.
I reject your reality and replace it with my own.
There we go.
Thank you. I had forgotten to do that.
Support to us.
Me too. We don't need someone like Eric coming in and going really loud.
He would do that.
That's true.
He would
You
do.
would do that.
He would do that.
So yeah, you had just walked into Metzger, the town, and you were standing sort of in the central square of the town, where there's a big, it's kind of like a combination inn and like cattle sale barn, and it had a bunch of like empty animal pins in behind it,
Bunch of dead, dumb rednecks, not dead yet.
and a bunch of
Still alive.
rural folk is what they prefer to be called. And
He could say that. He's a red.
yeah, so
Word.
being from Kansas or having lived
My
there.
neck is red. I like Miracle Whip. I'm a Wonder Bread.
And
That's
Wow.
offensive.
yeah, so you had just talked to like the mayor head butcher guy, and he was like, "There ain't no haunting here." And then his daughter stepped forward and was like, "My daddy's wrong. There is a haunting." And she was able
Daughters
to.
were ghouls last time.
They were. I changed it up though.
Goals last time.
No,
And so
I checked them.
yeah, so basically, oh yeah, at the very end, Celine did some witch sight to assess the surroundings for any taints of the wind of magic, and was able to locate to like the northeast and the northwest of town. I actually did those backwards. That there was some disturbances in the winds, but obviously they weren't close enough to identify anything.
Yeah, so he needs to get closer to the. We can use the force.
Disturbance in my pants.
Yeah. And so, right now, you guys are all kind of standing in the middle of the square, looking at there's one thing that I need to retcon that I completely forgot about last session. So before you left Fort Bodeswell, on this mission, you were issued a messenger dove. And so it's a dove in a little cage, and the cage has like a cloth cover, and the quartermaster basically informed you, like, if you ever need to send a message back, just tie it to the dove's leg and send the dove out, and
Okay.
it'll come back to Fort Bodeswell. And then if you're ever hoping to receive a message, they gave you like a little kind of like an extendable like flag, but it's small-ish. So if you're like camping somewhere and you put the little flag thing in a visible location, then the dove, when it's flying around trying to find you, can come to the flag and
Cool.
I want
return.
to cook and eat the dove.
What?
That
if
would
I
be
I was just gonna suggest
ill-advised.
we do this trick,
What
but
if I have a better use for the dove?
you're not
You
gonna use
cannot
blood
sacrifice
back on
the
Yes.
dove.
I can.
You
Don't lie
okay?
to me.
You can sacrifice the dove. you
Yes,
should
I
not.
can.
I shall not allow you. I will
Should
allow
not,
you.
could not, would not. You know.
Not-
will.
No one is allowed to kill and/or eat the dove.
I was gonna say, after we sacrifice it, can we eat it, Nate?
I like what John's saying. It counts as one ration, but you will take corruption if you eat it. I'm gonna eat it because I want
He
corruption.
wants the corruption, damn it.
Yeah.
So
Dude, I
Trish is
get higher initiative.
our resident spy master.
And racist.
I want Trish to have
Resident
assuming
racist.
She pinky promises the rest of the meal
To not eat the dove.
eat it,
Oh.
or else you'll become portly again.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
No,
no.
sorry, goddamn, what was the fucking term? Like,
Um,
Corpulent.
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 Yeah.
God, I fucking
God.
hate that word now.
I'm so corpulent.
I'm so
If
corpulent.
you eat the dove, you will become corpulent. So don't. I've been putting a curse on it.
Yeah.
But you're looking a little corpulent today.
Thank you.
Wow.
Appreciate
Wow.
it.
Wow.
I've lost like 5 pounds in the last 3 days because I've been sick.
Was
That's
it
a
the
lie.
corpulence?
Yeah.
There's someone in the background. Oh god!
Run, it's assassin.
Run.
The word
but yeah.
corpulent always reminds me of Morrowind because they have the corpus disease.
Corpus disease.
But anyway, yeah. So you were given a dove, and they're like,
I'm
if
gonna
you
take down, I'll put it down in mine so we know.
okay,
But if I think that Trish should probably carry it for the most part.
Oh, I guess.
You're in the event that horrible things happen, you are unfortunately the most likely to escape.
That's true. I will leave you guys.
and
to
send
things
and
like
send
that.
word back, or just leave with the dove and eat it.
Just like,
What do you mean?
Go
Cody, you're the one with the
dove.
bad leg. I'm pushing you down and running. You're dead.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna get away.
Trish
oh,
is
I thought you said you were gonna get away.
no, Trish.
Trish
but
is
you
the
have
most
small
likely.
legs, and all I have to do is outrun you guys.
Bitch,
Yeah.
what's your agility, Jordan?
You're an agility, Jordan.
That sounds like
Okay.
a shoe name.
I'm
Like
gonna
30
propose
some.
that. What time of day is it still? Is it
It's
still,
like late afternoon because you've been walking.
afternoon, okay.
You've been walking all day.
We should probably.
Walking all day.
I think we want to investigate the cave during the day, right? Before it gets dark.
So you keep
And then
saying
come back.
cave. I'm not sure.
He's
I would-
never
Ravine?
said cave. It's a ravine.
Yeah,
I thought there was a cave at the bottom of the
No,
ravine,
you keep
where the-
assuming
there's
there's
just a
one.
pile
Sure,
of
man.
cow
She said
corpses.
she said the creature lived in something.
The tower.
Yeah, in the ravine.
Yeah, it's like a, it's a
You
ravine.
live down in a ravine, bro.
Yeah.
I'm very confident that the words, like the beast's cave, was said at some point. But I will.
I believe you, but I don't think it was
so We're
me.
gonna actually spend this stream watching last stream. And
And yeah, we'll just go
We're
back
gonna
and
do a
find.
reaction video.
Oh my gosh! Did you see when I said that?
Oh my god. So yeah. So well, I
Exciting
think we should
shit.
investigate it during the day to look for this creature thing first. Don't you think? Or do you want to go tonight? We could.
We go now.
All right, it's fine with
We
me.
go now.
How far is it to the ravine? A path presumably down into it.
The butcher will say, well, it's not too far out of town. It's if you just take the second north-south road from here, take it out of town, and it'll lead you past the ravine, and you'll know when you get close because you can smell it.
Ah, yeah, that's stuff. Mama's cooking.
All right. Well, we appreciate your help. Hopefully, we will be back at some point tonight. Is it fine for us to set up a camp around the town, or we don't really have money for lodgings, unfortunately?
And he'll look around at the surrounding villagers and he'll like, well, if you're here to help us, we can put you up here in the inn for a night. And if nothing comes of it, you won't be able to stay longer. But if you know, if you find something, if whatever happens, you can stay for as long as it takes, but one night to start with.
All right, sounds fair, Mr. Master
What if
Butcher.
we never get done and we just stay here in someone's house?
Can we just buy up some land, start a nice little farm?
Yeah.
Well, and he'll look at
Oh.
he'll look at Trish and he'll be like, "Well, I think I remember you mentioning that you weren't necessarily here on your own volition, and that sort of implies to me that possibly you're not regular soldiers, as it were."
Yes.
And so, even if all of the biarchy is going to shit, I unfortunately can't offer room and board and land to, you know, criminals indefinitely.
Hey,
Pretty
we
sure
never
that's
said we were
racist.
criminals.
Fair enough.
Can you believe this guy? He's being racist.
Yeah.
I think the word you're looking for is discrimination.
No, he's being racist,
Classist.
Trust me, I know what I said. No, I know what I said. He's being racist.
All right,
Assuming we're
let's
criminals
go,
just 'cause
take the
I'm a
road.
gnome.
Let's get out of here before it gets too dark.
I will stab you when I get back.
Do we have a torch? Do we have torches?
Oh, I
have
thought
a
you meant
torch in
like
my inventory.
before this conversation gets too dark.
Someone
No,
probably.
I don't care about that. I have a torch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys should regale me really quick
3
with
torches.
the contents of your soldier's kit.
Everything. I
Uh,
have everything.
No, I know, but I want to know.
1 tincture, 1 smelling salts, 1 laudanum. That's it.
No bandages?
Wow, you're bad at this. No 1 pot of opium, no
I
tents,
said
no
that.
1 ration, no 2 bandages, no heavy boots.
We do not have
and
1
clothes.
ration. We have more rations than 1 ration.
You have more rations, yeah.
I didn't update that one.
So I did not write that we have 1/4 a tent because each of us were carrying part of a tent.
I like that. 1/4 of a tent. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure
I
that
have
that was
2
known,
bandages.
just in case.
I didn't have any bandages written down on mine, and I did
Because you're
update.
bad.
So unless I use
I was gonna say,
You might have. People did get fucked up that one fight.
I think you did use yours at the airship.
okay.
Yes, he's bad.
All right.
Bad. He's
cool.
bad.
So yeah, Metzger
I'm
again is
also
not
bad.
a giant town, but it's a few hundred people and enough houses that would house a few hundred people. So it's a decent sized like rural community.
Bigger than I thought it was in my head initially.
Yeah, and so you walk through and there's actually like noticeable like neighborhoods and, you know, streets with businesses that line them and stuff like that. But it is also very noticeably like empty. There's a lot of like boarded up businesses and empty houses. And you can assume that that's because a lot of people have fled the town as refugees, leaving.
So we can squat if we need to.
You could, yes.
Well, I'll take note of some houses in case we ever need to go on the lam.
Yeah, so there are just like every other house seems to be either boarded up or shut up, as if it had been deserted.
Of course, from the sounds of the town leader guy, they would give us up in an instant if they knew we were here.
Well, the trick is to not let them know that we're here. Come on. Honestly, we could just change our clothes, come back in a week. They're not gonna know what we looked like.
I
You
mean,
all
a
look the
dwarf, an
same.
elf, and a
You
gnome.
dwarves all look the same. You gnomes all look the
Yeah.
same.
That's
Yeah.
racist.
That's what I mean. They are racist. They can work to our advantage. All right,
Yeah,
we take the road out of town.
Yeah,
We hit the
so
old dusty trail.
so it
We
is
take the road less traveled.
this would be the road less traveled because it's not the main north-south avenue that you were on, so you were traveling north on the main
So you're
main
telling
road.
me nobody is interested in coming to a stinky ravine?
I mean, not with you guys.
Well, we need to set up the tourism board. So that we can,
Yeah.
Come see the
check out
stinky
our
ravine.
Our haunted cow corpse ravine.
Yeah, that'd be a good tavern name, the Stinky Ravine. It has like a little double entendre.
No, I don't like it.
Because it's about
No, I don't like it.
No, I don't like it.
Well, it'll be a butt crack, I think, but
shut your mouth, mister.
you're
Anyone
in the
else
same
not?
like line as Cody, where you can't differentiate ravine from hole or cave.
So yeah, you
I will
walk
break your
through
legs.
some
Like, see, try, little hands.
ever lessening neighborhoods until it's just like a few scattered houses with large yards, and then the town abruptly ends, and it's
It just ends. It's just a hole.
it's just a sheer cliff, and it's like scrubland, kind of pasturey looking land with a few scattered copses of trees, and you're walking along the little dirt trail going northeast away from town, and pretty much like 100 feet out of town you begin to smell the very faint kind of like fruity rotten
I don't like it.
the waftings of the ravine.
Waftings. Don't ever use that word with me again.
Smells like
Smell
home.
of the
And it is
ravine
Yeah,
already.
that's Celine. Nature well on its way back to taking things back to the earth.
Hell yeah.
yeah, and
Bear
it's
shit in the woods. He
yeah, and
does.
it's
And
disgusting.
Celine eats
It's putrefying
It's
meat.
good for
Sounds it.
alchemy.
it. Bear shit's good for alchemy.
And as you continue walking, you're coming up on like a copse of trees, and the road is like cresting a hill, and the smell is getting stronger and stronger until you
Shit myself.
shit yourself.
Shit yourself.
That's why it's stronger and stronger.
Yeah. So
Why does it smell like shit?
Guys figured it out.
So bad.
everybody go ahead and drop your tokens on the map real quick.
What token?
Your character token.
Your
I
token.
don't have
Still.
that.
Name. You drag your
What do you
name.
mean? You just
Yeah.
drag your name from your character sheet.
Oh yeah, it does that automatically now, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you silly bitch.
Yeah, it does. Hunter got it set up.
Dumb.
So I'm gonna tell you now, in like 15 minutes or so, my stomach is very angry right now. I
Oh.
might need to go to the bathroom for a while.
Okay.
My
It's
supper
a
did
good
not
sh-
agree with me.
Fine.
Gross.
We'll
Yeah.
kill you. It's okay.
The shitting himself wasn't a joke.
He's really getting into
It doesn't get
character.
that bad.
We'll just kill your
I'm
character.
very
It's
good
fine.
character.
Like shit myself.
Yeah, if I like get a scar on my face, I've got a knife on the table ready.
Just going
Made
for
all
it.
Covered in shit with a
Scar on his
gash
face.
in his face.
Yeah, so you're. Oop, I marched you off
Well, if
screen.
you get fucked by a
I don't
donkey,
think Hunter ever saw my message to him.
I did. I took note of it. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
Oh, what have I done?
What have I done?
Okay, there we go.
I can't believe you've done this.
Stole the fucking dove, I bet.
So yeah, you're walking along this road, heading north. And the road kind of abruptly curves at this hill, and at the crest of the hill, like the side that you're on is normal, and then on the other side, it like immediately splits and forms this ravine. And so the hill, where's my pointer
It's
tool?
alive.
The hill is alive.
what's the big
Ow,
black
Dad.
thing at the very far north of the?
So
You don't want to know, Jordan.
okay, so here we can do a little description. This right here,
Mm-hmm.
that's a dead tree. So you're looking at it from the
Oh.
top. So the hill splits like right here and immediately forms this like big ravine. And it's very steep, like right here at the front and right on these sides, and it generally like decreases in steepness and slope as it spreads. And so there's at the very back of the ravine, there's this large pool of like fetid, disgusting water that is flowing from this enormous pile of decaying animal corpses.
You said it was water?
Over here.
Fetid.
This is water. Fetid,
Oh.
disgusting, like a pool
Oh,
of water.
Putrefied
Yeah.
runoff.
And it's flowing out from the pile and makes this like puddle. And that's why this tree is dead. This tree is sitting at the edge of the water and is leafless, white as bone.
I hope it's a tree.
That would be cool. But this is a regular tree right here on the edge of the ravine. This is also a regular tree right here on the edge of the ravine.
Neither of them are a bush.
No, those are both trees.
There's no bush.
The
15 minutes are up.
all right, you go
I'll be
poop.
back.
So the area surrounding, like the very edges of the sort of cliff ravine face has like small grasses and stuff, but there's like bushes and shrubs and whatever because it's just basically wild pasture land. So yeah, you can tell that basically what the people of Metzger do is they take a big cart and they roll it along the road until they get here, and they just dump dead animal bodies.
So is this sheer drop?
Right here, it's basically a sheer drop.
But
The
over here on these ends?
yeah, the
You can walk
angles
around.
the angles get of the drop decrease, so it is less steep on either side as you get closer to the water. Yeah, so this is like sheer drop. It looks like a good 15-ish feet. It's hard to tell because the pile of animal corpses is almost like peeking up over the...
That is... Wait, how deep is this?
The ravine, if it were empty, would be pretty deep. And so, like, if you were to, like, stand on the edge here... So if you guys like came up
Yeah,
here,
like what is the height of the cliff wall? Where it's
and you look down, where the bottom would be if there weren't a giant pile of corpses would be like 20 feet down.
Oh, 20 feet? That's not as far as I thought.
Yeah, it's not like a
sounds
canyon. It's
It's
a
like the Grand Canyon.
but yeah, it's
full
like
of fucking corpses.
it's a pretty deep
I guess I was
arroyo.
thinking more of a gorge than a ravine.
Yeah, so it's not, and this is basically to scale. So you know, it's
the haunted gorge.
I keep clicking every single wrong button. So like it is roughly
Stop.
so this is in meters, not feet. Oh no, this is right. Yeah, like 75 to 100 feet long, and you know, starts at 30 feet wide, 20 feet deep, and gets roughly, you know, 90 feet wide at the end.
Long,
Alright.
Deep and wide.
I'm gonna make a folklore check to see if
Oh,
anything's
thought you were
spooky
gonna say-
going on.
A quesadilla.
I'm gonna make a
Wait,
quesadilla.
Do I notice
I'm
any
gonna-
abnormal, like, mutation nonsense?
You don't see shit with an 87.
So it's very obvious, just like standing and looking in the ravine at the piled up bodies, that a lot of them are like grotesquely mutated. Like you can see like tentacles and extra eyes, and like one of the cow corpses at the very top has like a face that splits into like two heads at the very end.
Very Cronenberg.
Yeah, and so it's pretty obvious why the gods-fearing rural folk of Metzger just like wholesale slaughtered hundreds and hundreds of animals and dumped them all in here without, you know, harvesting the meat or anything like that.
Well, I say we set this pile on fire and be done with it.
We don't know if that would help. That could be worse. give them a
Fire
lot
kills
of energy.
most things.
Maybe they
like,
can
in my
consume energy
experience.
to fuel their growth.
Yeah, do we even have a way to burn all of that? Like, that seems like a huge undertaking.
Yeah, you're probably right about that
They
too.
can whip up
Without
some
starting a
gasoline.
forest fire. Yeah, you know where to get gasoline?
Celine can make some gasoline.
No, it's not gasoline. No, that's not.
Gasoline.
That was bad. That was a terrible
Gotcha.
joke.
Thank you.
Just gonna come up with
Terrible
a new
joke.
petroleum and call it gas.
Are you a dad and we didn't know it?
Yeah, I have always been a dad. I told you
Oh,
that.
okay.
Always.
No,
Yeah.
always
I-
been a dad.
I used to love all 3 of my kids. And I'll let you take that.
I expected him to say, "I'm your dad."
I'm your dad.
I am the all father. Can I want to try. All right. It's way too far for me to be able to notice it unless it's super obvious. Do I see any super obvious, like, paths that seems like people have been walking here recently, like in large numbers or anything?
If you wanted to like poke around and maybe do like survival or scrutinize or
Yeah.
something like that.
I'm assuming that if I'm going to make a check, I'm probably just going to need to walk closer anyway.
Okay.
I just wanted to check from up here first to see if it was, like, obvious.
So like looking at like these sides where
Mhm.
it's basically like mud instead of like a hard cliff face or whatever. It basically, it would be hard to tell from the distance, like, is that like where water had ran down the last time it rained, or is that where someone like slid down with their feet to get to the bottom of the ravine? So you're looking around and you see where parts of the cliff face have been disturbed, but without further investigation, it would be difficult to tell.
I'll move closer to one of those spots and take a closer look.
All right, you feel free to move your token.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we all have torches and a powder horn. We could figure some shit out.
We
Powder
could
horns,
figure some
it's
shit out.
explosive. It's not flammable, really.
I mean, who has
I'm
a
pretty
powder
sure-
horn?
We all have powder horn, so it's part of our Sash's thing.
I didn't give you a powder horn.
I don't have anything that would use a powder.
Yeah, none of you have any gunpowder.
Originally, you gave us a powder horn, so I just kept it. Except it was the same equipment as last time.
So I got a 38, which is just below.
So over here, you do see, you're looking down, and again, oops, wrong tool. You're looking down around here, and
I say that all the time.
wrong tool. The angle here is definitely like when you're judging it, you're like, oh yeah, I could make my way down if I were kind of like going slow about it or whatever, because it's not extremely steep. But you do see what looks like where possibly like a child had tried to kind of like sidestep down the cliff and slipped and like fell and scoured like a
Gross.
rip.
Am I smart enough to know that if it could have been a child, it also could have been a Boogan?
Yeah, so you know the rough dimensions of a Boogan. So you're looking at this and you're like, okay, so that was either a kid of Metzger
Girl.
or
a Boogan.
Boogie boogie again.
Um,
Boogie again.
And so yeah, we'll mark that on
And
here.
so with that knowledge, can I apply that knowledge to look at this other side if I just go around and check out here as well?
Yes. And so you see
Hey, Nate's back.
Yeah.
you see again similar indentations and markings on this side of the cliff where there are what looks like small like sidestepping footsteps, or where like someone tripped and slid with their foot through the mud or something like that as they were going down.
Okay. And just because I want to make sure, after having arced around both sides here, there are in fact no caves in this ravine.
From where you have stood, both
Oh my god.
here.
I'm gonna go around over here.
All right, so
is there
Go
one
for a
down
swim.
here in this section?
give me an
Okay.
athletics to go down
Well,
the side of the ravine.
Wait, I can't go around.
Oh, you want to go like all the way?
Yeah.
So-
if it's-
so-
I mean, nothing's here.
As you come around here, this part between like this disgusting water and like the edge of the ravine is super thick, stinking mud. Like
Okay.
right here.
But it's like that over here too, right?
So this the ravine is solid enough to like hold its shape and not like landslide down. But here, as you like try to tentatively make your way this way, you sink up to like your knee in stinking mud that's like liquefied.
Okay.
We're gonna have to
And
pull
so-
it out, aren't we?
Basically,
No, I can do that
mechanically,
one.
if you want to go this way, it's going to be athletics check, and if you want to go this way, it's also going to be athletics check.
How tight are her boots?
Or you could
Tight
do whatever
Is
relevant,
Is this side the same?
yeah. So it's like,
Can you circle that area too?
yeah, it's
So I
nice.
know.
big
Emily's
ol'
covered in shit, gross mud.
mud pit,
You sleep
and
outside.
even like here would be mud as well.
Well, someone's got to do the dirty work, you assholes.
But so let's say you were here, right?
Yeah, I was up here.
And you're looking around, and you see right here
Mmm.
what looks like, and it's hard to tell from where you are.
Zombie hovel.
It looks like right here there's like a hollowed out bit in the pile
Zombie hovel.
of
corpses.
disgusting rotting corpses.
I'm gonna gesture for the crew to come over this direction. I'll
And
meet
none of them listen to you.
I'm gonna politely decline. No, I'm kidding.
Celine's just gonna be like, suck my ass.
Celine, we can't always suck your ass. Sometimes we gotta do other things.
That's what you think.
Hey, Celine, can you set this entire pile of corpses on fire? Do you have that ability?
No.
What?
I'm not a pyromancer, you sociopath.
We'll work on it.
Hunter,
Alright?
did you just drag them
Maybe
all
you should
over?
get to
I
work
did,
on
yeah.
it.
Okay. I
Maybe
thought
I
that it
will.
would be too
I
much
don't know
to
how it
expect from
works.
myself.
So as Celine and Trish are debating about lighting the pile of flame, a gust of wind comes from the east and
Disgusting.
stirs up. It like flows over the ravine and stirs up. It's almost a like visible haze of like disgusting rotted like smog that pours over you guys. And everybody has to make a resolve test.
I was gonna say, can I make a reflex?
Dodge the wind.
Yeah, I'm gonna dodge
Just
out of
the
the way and get
standard.
behind that tree.
Or
Yeah, just a standard resolve.
To see if you puke.
Yeah.
are you serious?
So you do have 5 fortune.
Eat
No,
my
we're good.
ass.
We're just gonna deal with it.
I should indicate. I
Yeah,
should
I'm
indicate
resolute
this.
as fuck, you idiot.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Get fucked. I'm resolute as shit.
Ooh, I barely
Oh
made
my
it.
god, what are these rolls?
Damn it.
Alright,
Okay.
Bart, let's see it.
He's hard.
Oh, he doesn't have to roll. He's immune.
No, he's not immune to this one. So this is
Critical
not
success.
He actually.
feels empowered by the stench.
I'm resolute as fuck. I've dealt so as a sellsword, I've had to deal with much in the way of disgusting smells in my work.
Yeah. And as working
And this
with
actually turns him on at this point.
he's like, ooh,
I get
yeah.
I get a raging hard on from the
Yeah.
smell.
He's
I mean, a
just
hard
like,
on?
I'm hard.
My
hard
combat
on.
modifier increases.
He gets a heart on.
hard on.
So Nathan, Celine suffers 3 physical peril, which I don't suspect actually does anything.
Physical peril?
Yeah. So as long as it
Oh.
doesn't exceed your... So peril is always peril, but it is divided into physical and mental. So like Hart, his dunderhead drawback makes him suffer more mental peril.
Okay.
But if he were to say
So
like
it doesn't matter for me because I don't have anything like that.
Yeah.
So I'm perfectly fine.
yeah. But so yeah, so you were the only one that failed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the wave of nauseous fumes washes over you guys, and Celine kind of like gags a little bit at the
I was
smell.
gonna say Trish will probably gag too.
Yeah.
but,
So the threshold, you just have to reach that number or go?
I have to
over?
exceed it.
You wouldn't have been able to do anything to me with that.
With a 1d10 plus... Is yours 12?
It's 11.
It's 11. Oh, yeah. So there you go.
Oh shit, that's funny.
I'll remember
yeah.
that.
So I'm gonna point down into the pit, and I'm gonna say I saw what looks like it may be some sort of necromantic cow corpse hovel in the middle of the pile in the back.
You
Sounds like you're
some
kind of
zombie cow
assuming-
corpse cave?
Oh,
There
I
could
do...
be some zombie cow corpse cave.
I do want to point out one more detail. So, like, here, between, like, where the pile kind of, like, is a gradient of like, decomposition. So, like,
Some
at the top is the freshest,
bones.
and at the bottom near the water, there's, like, bleached white bones. And so it progresses from, you know, freshly dumped mutated shit to rotting, decomposing, kind of mutated, some normal shit, and then just bones. There.
Alright, so I want to use witch sight. I'm gonna put on my blindfold.
All right. Let's roll to see if you're struck blind.
I'm definitely gonna call bullshit on the necromancy cave. It's like you just saw a hollowed out thing. It's like necromancy.
Oh,
I
nice.
mean, have you ever seen a cave next to a bunch of corpses for any other reason?
I've never seen that.
But this
in the
is
first
this is
place.
not next to a bunch
No,
of
and also
corpses.
no.
I mean, yes, out of a bunch of corpses.
This cave is a bunch of corpses.
Fucking city folk don't know shit about necromancers.
So
Damn.
your witch sight activates, and your third eye opens to the winds of magic,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh.
the area
What was third
is suffused with the whippings and whirlings of magical energy, and you can tell that there is like it's hard. I guess it's kind of hard to tell, but a lot
Is it hard to tell?
a lot of magical energy is both flowing into and out of this dark
So
crevice.
that seems to be the focal point.
Yeah.
Like it's all coming from there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna whisper to you while you've got your glasses on, because I know that it's a matter of focus. So I'm gonna
Magic
say,
glasses.
what do you see, Celine?
Hard. I mean,
What do you know,
looks
my
like
sea?
that cow cave you're talking about is where it's all coming from
All right,
and going
Well,
to.
I think we can navigate down on these paths, and I'll gesture to the paths that I've found so far.
I'll take off my blindfold and stop casting witch sight. So, lead the way.
Do we have any tools that can help us descend? I don't think any of us.
What
were
if we
capable
just
enough to get
lured
rope.
whatever's in there out and then bombarded it with javelins and
Well, we don't-
crossbows?
We don't know that there's anything in there that is alive. This could very well be a ritual spot or something. along
Hey,
those
for all we know, that's its butthole to
Well,
a
you know,
giant
Mama Cow lives in there.
corpulent
Do you want to try and
monster.
attract something out of there? You can.
I'm gonna
Throw a
pee
rock.
real quick while you guys discuss this.
I'm gonna throw a rock, Hunter.
You can throw a rock. Roll me a simple melee.
Ah.
Simple
that'd be-
ranged.
Oh yeah, sorry, simple ranged. I don't know, melee, ranged, whatever.
I mean, if he's
Simple.
clubbing somebody with a
Melee.
rock, yeah.
Oh wait, simple. Range makes more sense. Boop. Ooh.
So wait, where are you throwing the rock?
Ooh. Like right in front of the hole.
So you huck a rock, and it like twirls in air, and it hits the like corpse pile, and it goes like, and a real nasty noise, and some goo comes out of the bloated stomach that it hit, but nothing particularly of note happens afterward.
I wonder if
That
that'd
make
make
enough
good
noise.
alchemical ingredients.
I'm gonna
was
pee
say,
now.
If
Put
you
it in
have
now.
the ability to collect it, I think maybe taking
I
some of
do.
the bark from that tree and some of the water from that awful pond is probably a good idea. I don't know about any of the rest of this, but
Hmm.
Maybe. And if they don't work for alchemy, we could bring it back to the chefs. And since he said bring him back some ingredients.
Oh no! Make it stop.
Zombie cow!
I'm not eating for a week.
zombie cow meat is good for you.
Hell yeah, now we're talking.
Are there any good ideas that we have on how to facilitate climbing down this hill a little bit more easily?
Yeah, get to
We got
climbing.
rope. Tied
Does
to this
anyone
tree.
have rope?
I got rope.
How much rope you got?
I don't know. Rope.
If you
Celine
just wrote
wasn't gonna
rope,
say anything.
Probably like one rope, 30 foot. What?
One whole rope.
I wanted somebody to climb down, and then Celine was gonna bust out her rope and be like, "All right, tie this to the tree for me."
yeah, I mean, I imagine it's probably not a hard check already, but if we tie up some rope to climb down,
It'll
We can
make it
probably-
easier.
easily get this down to a trivial check, I imagine.
Maybe.
So let's tie that shit up.
And since Celine was gonna wait, I say we actually tie one end to the rope, one end to Celine, and throw her down, and then she'll be the anchor.
I don't think we need an anchor. Do you know how gravity works?
He does
It's
not.
fine.
right?
No.
You have to remember,
We're
Trish
not
is
in
not very
water.
bright.
Yeah.
City folk, man. City folk. Racist, human city
I was
folk.
just saying, like, if she was down on the other end, it'd keep the rope like taut.
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 It'll be
Taut?
taut when we get
Taut
on
like
it to
a-
climb down
like
it.
Yeah, but then we could like tight rope it where we walk on it.
I suppose if Celine was heavy enough to outweigh the weight of literally any of us,
An almost vertical rope, Jordan. And you want to tight rope this shit.
Not almost vertical. It's probably like a 30-degree grade.
that's almost vertical.
It's pretty close to vertical, bro. That's like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be
Yeah, about
impressed
like
if
that.
anybody could tight rope that.
I can go
It's
down
actually
on
gonna
it.
be more of like a grind. I'm gonna pull out my skateboard and grind it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So we're gonna tie a rope around the tree that we're next to,
Okay.
And
so
Celine.
that we can descend. And Trish would like to tie the other end around Celine to air quote anchor the bottom of the rope for the
Yeah,
rest of us
so
to climb
Okay,
down.
and then
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 you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
get your
take a
skateboard
skateboard
out and grind
and
down.
grind the
I
rope
agree.
down.
That's
mean-
excellent.
When you put all of it together, it sounds perfectly logical.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
How much easier is that gonna make this athletics check on us?
It'll give you a plus 20 if you tie it to the tree and then
Hell
throw
yeah.
the rope down.
All right, cool.
We're doing
I will do that. I will go
Does that
down
need that?
first,
Are we using Celine's rope or mine?
so you guys can learn from my
I don't
mistakes.
give a shit. Just use
Alright.
yours.
No, we're using yours.
No,
'Cause
because
you'll
Celine
give-
didn't say anything. So you revealed yours. Celine never revealed hers.
All right, guys.
What are we rolling?
That's how you-
Athletics?
Yep.
Yep.
Because you're scaling down
I'm going second.
a decently steep,
Okay.
very
I'm going
muddy.
down third. Oh, glad I didn't go second.
All right.
Whee! I made it.
Hart obviously stumbles and tumbles his way down.
And he takes 5 physical peril.
You're
Oh.
covered in.
I'm still good. I'm just
Okay.
covered in junk.
I'll help you up.
What if that just be damaged? Because he fell.
No, I mean, yeah, that's what it is. Physical peril is damage.
Yeah, it's non-lethal damage.
Yeah, that's
So
how
do I
damage
get
works in this
plus
game, Nate.
20 to that 31 or what?
No,
I mean,
peril
doesn't
is
matter.
different from.
Peril is damage. There's physical peril and mental peril.
Well, and
Spell peril.
There's a damage condition track and a
yeah,
peril
there's
track.
so there's peril
Oh,
and
I-
there's damage.
I thought physical peril
let me
was
do
the
this.
damage track.
No.
I have
Oh.
come around. I
Yeah.
understand now.
Yeah. So yes, Jordan, you would get a plus 20
Okay.
to that 31, but you still fail.
Right, right. I figured out how to do it now.
Yeah.
The
Um,
difficulty rating thing at the top.
Yeah, but you still fail because the first
Yeah,
roll
yeah.
was bad. So you also suffer 5 physical peril.
Ow! Why are we so bad at
My
climbing with
dragon
ropes?
balls.
And it's more of like the exertion where you're like
Yeah,
lowering
I
yourself
understand.
down.
This makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. It's not like
you slip,
the a fist of mud like socks you in the face like you dumb bitch.
Oh,
Because like physical and mental peril both wear you down.
Yeah, exactly. And so heart is particularly susceptible to like embarrassment and fear and things like that
I'm the
because
opposite.
those are mental peril.
Yeah,
Yep.
'cause you can see
I'm
mine.
gonna pants him in front of the whole camp.
And he just
That would do
literally dies.
That would do it.
of embarrassment.
All right. So everybody, move your
Yeah,
little guys
move
down.
your tokens down. I don't want to do it.
Do.
Not on top of
peril
it.
tracks,
Stop.
It's on your front page, the skills and attributes.
Yeah, peril's on the front page, damage is on the trappings page.
peril threshold,
I have these man
Peril
traps that I
modifier.
kind of want to set up
peril condition track.
so we don't get flanked.
Yeah, did it break your peril threshold, Jordan?
PT. I don't know what any of these mean.
Oh, did Hunter even roll for you?
Yeah, I just rolled it for whoever failed, so it's a 5.
Oh, okay.
So if your PT is less than 5, you move down on the
Yeah, I
track.
get 12.
A 12?
Fuck, do you have a 12?
Let me look at your sheet.
Maybe
He's
it's 6.
cheating.
I don't know. There's like PT plus 6, PT plus
Yeah,
12,
so-
PT
so-
plus 18.
Okay.
So my
okay.
basic is 6, I guess.
Yeah. So 6
Yeah.
makes sense.
WB.
So that's willpower bonus
Okay.
plus
I was
3.
gonna say,
Yeah.
if any of you are beating me, you're cheating, because I am built around willpower.
Yeah. So your peril threshold is 6. Your peril threshold plus 6 is 12. And so basically, if you were to suffer a massive peril blow, like let's say I rolled 3d10 plus 3, which is the most significant form of peril that you can face, and I got like an 18. So your third peril track is 18 because it's PT plus 12, right?
Right.
So you would suffer 2 incidences of imperilment. So you would go down to imperiled and then ignore 1 skill rank. It wouldn't be 3 because it does not exceed 18.
Oh, because it doesn't. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
so it would be, if it were 19, then it would be
No.
3 tracks of
Okay,
peril.
Okay.
Okay.
I
So
get
do I need to write down those 5 somewhere or no?
No.
No.
It is not. It is not a cumulative damage in any way. It is simply tested against your threshold.
Yeah, it's like it failed to beat your AC.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so you all clamber down the side of the muddy ravine, and you enter into this surprisingly like flat section of muddy ground that is covered in a layer of like bleached white bone, and underneath the crunchy bone exterior there's a gooey liquefied entrails center.
Delicious.
Just like the best candies.
yeah.
You know?
the best. The best.
Right at the edge of where it's still like muddy over here,
Yeah.
I want to set down a man trap here
Okay.
and on the other path.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure everyone knows that they are here. I'm setting up traps in case someone comes down to follow us while we're in this cave, in case it goes deep.
What kind of trap?
They're
Man
they're
traps.
bear traps. They're man traps.
Oh my god! What if
Man
like that
traps.
little girl follows us?
She
I hope
shouldn't.
she does.
I
Just so
hope
I
she
can
Fucking
make
caught
her
in a
feel like
bear
shit.
trap.
I told her that we might be coming down here to kill things, so that would be incredibly dumb.
Yeah, kids want to watch shit like that. They're stupid.
So I
Well-
put 2 black indicators for where the traps are.
I hope that actually happens because Celine will give you so much shit for that. She will not let you live that down.
Anything is always a possibility. I'm acting on what I think is reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I will
Um,
lead the way because I can't run away anyway.
Yeah, so as you walk across this kind of it's like a crunchy kind of clattery sound as the smaller bones break underfoot and the larger like ribs and skulls you kind of scatter with your feet as you're walking across.
I'm gonna try to walk from like skull to skull.
Like
to those
hopping
sturdy,
like
stepping stones.
um
One little game.
and the stench is almost overpowering.
I'm gonna
It's-
have, at this point, I'm gonna have my Scarlet Sash wrapped around my face.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah.
Just like Mama's cooking.
Yeah. And so you don't need to roll for it again because the wind sort of introduced you to what it would be like. But
And
it's
after Celine says that, Trish will be like, "Remind me never to come over for dinner."
it is horrible.
You don't come over for dinner.
Dinner comes
Come over for
you.
dessert.
What?
Gross. Yeah, so as you get closer, it is apparent that in the back of this giant pile there is it's taller than it is wide, but it's like a hole that kind of meanders deep into the pile, and the sides of it obviously aren't smooth because it's just like piles of corpses and stuff, but it is obviously like there, and it's not, doesn't look accidental or whatever.
I really wish we could set this on fire. Be the coolest way to
I
handle
mean, you do have a matchbox.
Yeah.
And
Just gonna take
torches.
a match and put it to this moist, rotted skin.
Yeah, just throw a torch in it. Just some
Do it, you
gasoline.
it. Yeah, we need
Do it, you
gasoline.
Or the only Celine we have. We have no gasoline. Okay.
Oh, so we just light Celine on fire.
And toss her in there, yeah.
See?
Perfect.
I explode on impact.
Celine, Celine, I'm begging to you, burn this fucking shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's go in this hole.
Okay, so
How wide is it?
it is just wide enough
Don't move me closer, she's
for
staying
like
back.
1.5 people. So if you wanted to walk like next to each other, you would be like squishing against the gore slick sides of the
My favorite.
cave. But you can walk, especially those of you who are smaller of stature, you can like just hunch a little bit and walk through without any problem.
I just walked through. No
Well, yeah, and Celine just like walks in.
Right.
I'm a short person.
So is Celine not entering at all?
She's gonna wait till everybody else goes in.
Okay, so yeah, give me a marching order.
Yeah, I was gonna. Because Trish will be the second most apprehensive, and once she sees that Celine's not going, she's like, "Fine," and we'll go after Topher goes in.
You mean the third most apprehensive?
No, second most apprehensive,
Most.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm dumb.
third in line.
I will go first with
I'm
my. Okay.
You guys are like fighting back and forth, trying to go first.
Let
No,
me
I'll
in
go
the
first.
let me in the stinking corpse hole.
If I get in trouble, I'll back up behind you.
No, I'll go
first. I've been to multiple brothels.
It's just the same.
God.
Okay, so it's Lillian, Hart, Trish, Celine, right?
Oh,
Yep.
Okay, so
I hold
Lillian and Hart,
Totally
give
go-
me. What would be the most appropriate check for this?
Death save.
Give me a death save.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. Not that.
Does going into the hole remind Hart of like home since he's a dwarf?
That's racist.
Wow.
That's a racist.
Trish, can you go in first? Thanks.
I cannot, unfortunately. It's against my
Yeah.
religion.
I could
Oh.
stab her in the leg.
Then we could just throw her in as sacrifice. Please leave
Yeah.
everyone alone. Take this sacrifice of
Oh, okay.
nubile young maiden.
So
Nah.
awareness is probably the best for this.
Awareness.
Whatever it is would be repulsed by Trish. You'd be like, oh, gross.
That's not what my dice show at all.
That's what Topher rolled.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so
That sucks.
Topher, as you are following Lillian in, you feel sort of the almost like barely imperceptible feeling of air moving over the hairs on the back of your neck into the hole in front of you.
Like it's flowing that direction?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Told you the winds.
I wield my demi-lance in both hands and walk forward.
Okay.
I thought you had a great sword.
I do, I have both.
It's just on his back. It's like Gerald.
It's just
Um,
like dragging goes to the ground.
yeah. So do you advance Lillian?
I mean, yeah, I don't have any reason not to. So.
Okay. It is almost instantly super dark because
Yeah,
it
I'll
like
torch it.
it's not like a
Actually-
straight. Go ahead.
Can I light a torch?
I was gonna say, let's have Trish carry the torch.
Okay.
Methane gas explosion.
I hadn't thought of that, but that'd be really cool.
Everybody just goes flying out of the tunnel.
Boom! Corpses
I was
into
like,
the
"Damn it,
air.
why did I think of that
Actually,
before?"
there was a big monster in there, but
You just blew it up.
the fire goes into the thing because it's being breathed in. So.
Yeah, if I would have thought about the whole methane gas before, I would have tried to blow up the hill that way.
Yeah, right.
But
Um,
anyway,
Yeah,
now
so
that
it's
we're
but
inside
anyway.
the
Yeah.
hole is when I'll light the match.
so it's not
I'm too dumb and uneducated to know about methane gas.
Yeah.
physics.
I mean chemistry is not super developed yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
Um,
believe in
You should roll to see if we blow up.
I would love to blow you up, but that wouldn't be very fair.
It makes sense.
The
Cows like are 90%
well, yeah,
methane.
it's
I think.
You've heard of
for those of you watching at home, that statistic is not accurate.
Nathan, you know better than to use
I can't use caps at all. That's dumb.
Yeah. So yeah,
you're
it's
banned now. You've been
the
put on the
hole
list.
is not like a straight shot. It's very like windy with like switchbacks and so like as you leave the daylight, it gets really dark really fast. And every so often, as you're like looking above you, there'll be like a little shaft of sunlight that's peeking in through the layers and layers of corpses above you. But it's dark and it's oppressively hot. The deeper you get in to the hole, and you begin to notice as you're oops, I moved the hole too. I don't want to do that. Here, let's put that on the map layer.
Like, we're like halfway down through this spooky ass fucking tunnel. I'm just like, told you guys there's a fucking cave.
Actually, I do kind of remember Hunter when telling us about the mission saying something about a cave at some point.
No,
because
I
we're talking
think
about
that,
the cave of peril and shit.
I think that was the other one. but I think the little girl told us about
I remember
the
that.
witch was going into the cave or to the mouth of the cave. That's where I remember it. So I think you may have slipped up.
I don't know. I feel like that's some Mandela effect bullshit. Because I don't ever make mistakes. But
Oh,
so
that's the difference between you and me as a DM.
you begin to notice as you are advancing further in with the combined torchlight from behind you and the occasional sort of shaft of daylight shining down through that you're noticing more and more fungal life. So as you are going deeper into the cave here, it wasn't like there was no obvious or great amount of mushroom or fungus or mold or anything on the outside when you were looking, but definitely as you are advancing into this winding, almost intestine-like cave, you're noticing that there's just like bunches of giant mushrooms and like fuzzy like carpetings of like mold and stuff like that, covering a lot of these surfaces of where, you know, you would see like the head of a cow hanging out of the wall and its mouth is just like bursting with mushrooms and its eyes are covered over in this glaze of fuzzy mold and stuff like that.
This must be where the Muggins were getting it.
And
Celine is gonna stop to gather some fungus and mushrooms and stuff.
okay,
Got to get those ingredients for the chef.
yeah. So
Rock pile
you,
fungus.
let's say you're
Rock pile
actually,
fungus has gotta be an alchemical.
yeah. So roll me survival, and we'll see
Can I help?
He dies.
if she like says, "Hey, I'm stopping to grab fungus," and you guys decide
She
to.
does not.
Okay. So you
She's
would
gonna
you
let
He just stops without saying anything.
yeah.
and
So
starts doing it.
so Lillian
Pretty
wouldn't.
soon it's gonna be in the dark. You won't be able to see. Because the torch is gonna walk past a corner. And,
I'll have enough time.
Yeah. So this is why I want him to roll so we can see how many he's able to get before the darkness comes.
Before the darkness
before the
comes.
darkness
I
comes.
don't think I've got anything. Is it just a basic one, not a...
Yeah, just a basic survival because you're
Turns
just
out
like
being enveloped in darkness.
you're just like taking out your
Yeah.
little knife and you're cutting the caps off mushrooms and stuff like that.
And so I was hoping it'd be easier.
Well, no, but you're under a time constraint, right? Because
That's
you're
true,
like
that's
you're like,
true.
oh, my light is walking away from me. But if you were to say like, halt, companions, I wish to gather some mushrooms, then we could change it.
Done. You got
Damn.
Great degrees of success. She's just like slice, grabs them, and throws them at
Yeah,
him.
so you're able to get like a dozen mushrooms as you're just like hacking away, and there's like all kinds of varieties. So there's like, you know, there's like obvious red caps. There's the like shelf mushrooms that grow in those cool like half caps. There's a few that are like faintly phosphorescent because you can't have mushrooms in a game that don't glow. So yeah, you're
Honestly, I think that I'm not bioluminescent. Fucking pathetic.
able to right. But yeah, so you gather a dozen variety of various mushroom types.
Hell yeah.
So now everybody give me an awareness check.
Oh lord.
Everybody awareness now.
Oh.
Critical success.
Just regular standard.
Yeah, just a regular
Awareness?
awareness.
Cool. Well, regular awareness now.
Just a regular awareness.
Man, you
Wait,
got
wait,
so...
So-
Fuck it, I'm at the back and be like, look out, that green guy gonna kill you!
So Cody and
My eyes are
sorry,
full of
Lillian,
smoke, I'm holding a torch.
and Celine, and
I didn't-
and
Cody failed.
oh, you did. You have a
Oh, yeah.
shitty awareness.
So
Yeah, my awareness is really bad. My perception is my lowest stat.
So only Celine,
In the back of the group.
as you're following everybody, you feel in your face air kind of rushing past you very, very slightly, kind of blowing through your hair, going out the back of the cave. And you notice that the torch that Trish is carrying in front of you, it sort of almost imperceptibly like flickers towards the entrance of the cave.
What's it smell like? Just dead cow.
Actually, the air that blows past you doesn't smell as fetid or as rotted as the air that is sort of sitting stuffy in the cave.
Okay. Well, Celine's just gonna keep going. Not gonna say anything.
It's
Into the
goddamn
belly of the
cave
beast, and
for
we're all
the-
probably gonna get eaten.
Right? It
We're
was probably
walking
like
into
the
the
monster's
fucking
breath, and
lungs.
it turns out we're in a mouth right
I mean,
now.
that's what I'm thinking, but Topher's character never said anything, and my character has no reason to say anything, so she's like, oh, that's odd.
God damn it.
So
Well,
she
right,
did
Alright.
the
just
first one.
leaned it. Speak the fuck up.
So as you continue your trek deep into the pile, you can sort of gauge from you're like, oh, we've probably traveled, this many feet back towards the way we came, right? But it's a little difficult because you're really like winding and you come around another bend, and so it's kind of hard to gauge exactly how deep you are. But especially for Lillian, she's like, we gotta be getting like close to the cliff, right?
Can I roll like an incantation of folklore for any like monstrosity, just in case? Because she's getting kind of nervous with how deep
Now, are
this
we
is.
in the belly of an Alaskan war?
An Alaskan. Yep.
Fuzzy and pink.
Yeah, you can roll.
Which one, folklore or incantation?
Give
Well, hold on a
me what?
Hold on a sec, because I hit my first awareness, so I was the only one that felt the wind on the back of my neck, but I failed the second awareness.
Yeah,
Correct.
So can I spend a fate point to re-roll that second awareness?
absolutely. And there you go.
Made it.
So you, as you're following Trish, you feel
No, wait.
not
He's
only
following Lillian.
sorry, yeah, Lillian. You feel you're following along, and the air goes still, and you're like, "Huh, that's weird. Like, I don't really feel anything blowing on my back."
Because I
Like,
felt it on the back of my
yeah,
neck.
you're like, so like, whoa, it occurs to you that you no longer feel air moving past you for a second, and then you notice it's coming at your face, and it's going back out the entrance.
All right. Guys, I think we have a problem.
Well, yeah, we're in the middle of a cave of cow corpses.
She's not wrong. She has a point.
No,
Not the best situation I've ever found myself in.
no, I don't mean that. I mean, do you guys feel anything weird with the wind in here, like going back and forth?
I haven't
Not
noticed
back and
anything.
forth, but I felt it blow against my face.
Because when we first walked in here, it was blowing on the back of my neck. And just now it got completely still for a second, and now it's blowing towards my face out of the cave. It almost feels like something breathing.
Is a concern.
Like an inhale and an exhale.
So what kind of check would I roll, Hunter?
Give me
2, give me 5, give me that which I desire.
Let's say, do you have heal as a skill?
No, you have to be trained for that.
I have heal.
Well,
Can I not roll heal?
okay. Yeah, let's have, well, not yet. Not yet for Cody.
My guess is that all of these cows that were mutated, they threw them in here, and they're still alive, and they're becoming one giant being. I'm gonna say that.
How many steps in?
that is
How many
totally
steps in
incorrect.
do you guys think we are? How
Steps?
far have we walked?
I don't know. I'm still waiting on my first roll.
115.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you're at the point yet where you would be like trying to
Can
like.
we still see the light outside behind us?
No, absolutely
I mean,
not.
Topher did just explain to us. I am concerned that we might be going into something.
Okay, yeah. So give me a folklore, and we'll see what
Okay.
comes up.
Can I assist in any way?
Yeah. So you do you do your heal now? You do your heal now.
I hit it spot on.
There you go.
I feel like we should probably start walking backwards.
We're gonna deal with
Have
this.
the
We might
walls
have to
changed at
go
all?
inside of it.
So Trish says, "Have the walls changed at all?" And then you guys start looking around, and you see not only is there like a great deal of like fungal life that is sort of beginning to carpet these things, but not Trish. Lillian is looking around, and she notices that there are like intestines and like muscles and things that appear to be arranged intentionally, or like not just random piles of corpses. As you're getting deeper,
They seem connected to each
yeah,
other.
Lillian is like, well, wait, look here, and there's like this like multiple parallel intestinal tracts that are arranged running along the wall and then around a corner, and then you bend down and you see where like a bunch of cattle legs are kind of entwined in each other and forming a more like purposeful like structure of this entire like area that you're inside of. And as Lillian is pointing these things out, Celine is again sort of piecing together those observations, and noticing with Lillian like the mutations that are almost appear to be like orchestrated or working with one another, and so then you all look deeper, and ahead of you it becomes very obvious now that you've noticed the pattern that it's all arranged in a purposeful way, versus at the where you had come from was just random jumbles of dead things and piles of whatever.
But do I get the sense that we're like in a stomach or anything like that?
Not really.
Okay.
You don't.
That's my primary.
Yeah, because it's definitely not like a throat or a mouth or anything like that. But
Go ahead.
But it definitely is a much more different
Structure than
structure than the sort of randomness that was at the mouth of the entrance.
Yeah, okay. It's not just random.
But see, he said mouth again.
I did say mouth. I apologize.
Mouth with a K.
Celine, have you ever heard of someone flesh crafting on this kind of level?
Not on this kind of level.
But you would be aware of like golems and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and that's why I had assumed that with my incantation and stuff, but not on this level. No. Like there are flesh golems and stuff like that people can make, but I have never heard of something this large.
I wonder if that witch is trying to make some kind of living home.
I mean, maybe, or she's just turning this into some giant monstrosity that's gonna crawl out of the ravine.
Could be. Either way, I think we're going to have to continue to get more information.
I mean,
I was
probably
afraid
not
you were
keep
going to say
going
that.
deeper. What else can we do? Start beating on it from the outside,
Yeah, probably not.
beating
Maybe
the
we
dead
can find
cow.
part of this thing.
Maybe.
We go see if the farmers have some shit to burn it all with.
Could.
Well, we know what we're going into. I think for now, we should continue. And if things...
We don't know exactly what we're going into.
I don't think we're in any immediate danger of the area we're in right now.
Alright.
I don't think it's gonna eat us and crush us. If so, it would have done so by now. We're pretty deep in.
Yeah.
Onward.
So if you want to continue.
In the interest of science,
I like science.
Oh no.
He's gonna put
Hard-
his dick in it.
Hart is gonna thrust his demi-lance into the wall
no.
next to us.
See, he said thrust his dick, but he went with
Demi-lance.
Lance.
So yeah, roll martial melee.
Dick, same thing.
That's what he's calling it now.
Chow.
So Hart's like standing here listening to the three intellectuals be like, hold on, look at this, very interesting. Like I think we might be fucked. And Hart's like, "Hachah!" and he stabs his lance into the wall. And it makes like a sickening like slurping noise as it punches through, and liquid and nastiness pours along the edge. And the three of you are like looking around and waiting for the inevitable like crunch of meat or whatever. But nothing of note really happens. He pulls the lance out and nastiness pours out of the hole in the wall. But there's no roar. There's no great.
And Hart says, with a grin on his face, "Well, looks safe to me."
Celine will straighten up and regain her composure. See, I told you nothing. Everything was fine. It's no big deal.
You know what they say.
She wipes the sweat from her brow.
And as you guys are standing around, talking, and Hart is marveling at his handiwork, you all four feel what Hart had described, where the air suddenly stills, and so it's no longer like passing by your face out the entrance. And then after like a beat, air is coming in from behind you.
I mean,
And Hart goes, "But there's definitely something in there."
Could be. I mean, the magic was doing the same thing. It was flowing in and out, so. Just for now, I guess we keep going to see what we find.
It's the kind of wind that seems windy.
It's that windy wind.
That seems
windy wind kind of
windy.
Windy.
Okay,
Wind shall be.
so you advance forward, and
Die.
there's basically like one big curve ahead of you from where you would stab the wall. And Lillian goes around the curve and immediately realizes that she's in a much larger chamber than the pathway that you guys had taken in. And for Lillian, she sees that it's a good sized like cavern basically that is all like the hallway behind you. So it's all this like interwoven of like sinew and muscle and intestines, and there's these like repeating like whirl patterns and places where like the guts like plunge into the wall and it makes like little holes, and it's all looks extremely arranged and intentional in the sort of like in the way that like a crazy person splattering paint on a canvas would look intentional. It looks like that. So you're looking around and you're like, oh man, like this is here for a reason.
I know I should
And
have got into interior design.
you see,
You gonna fix it for us?
you see, sort of along the very edge of the chamber, there appears to be a kind of, I don't even know how to, because you don't have a lot of light yet because the torch hasn't rounded the corner with you, but there's a very large, long shape that appears to be wrapping around the exterior of the chamber, and then at the very back of the chamber away from you, which you can tell must be abutting against the edge of the cliff, there's another like very large lumpy kind of figure shape that you can't quite make out in the darkness.
I hope we're fighting.
And
a
then I
giant
walk
penis
around the
monster.
corner.
The diabetes monster.
No, just a giant penis monster.
Diabetes monster.
They fight him in Berserk.
They do.
It's wild.
All right. You two, be careful of the sides. We're gonna move up. Hart, come with me. And watch
Are
our
you wait for
flanks,
the
guys.
torch to get there to see more what's going on?
I mean, I'm assuming that we'll need to leave the tunnel. Is what you're saying, right, Hunter?
Yeah. So the tunnel curves around and it terminates at this this chamber, and so far Lillian is the only one that's like in the chamber, but there is enough room at the mouth of this hallway that you're exiting for basically everybody to come
Well, I guess I'll
around.
let everyone move up here first.
Yeah, so you can all kind of like huddle at the entrance here and see.
Alrighty. Well, we huddle. What do we see?
And so with the torch, it becomes a little clearer that wrapping around the perimeter of the room is what looks like an organized pile or like trail of cattle bodies, and they don't appear to be super like decomposed too much, because what really stands out to you guys is the amount of fur that you see. And so you see arranged in
Is Nate fucking dying?
Stomach angry.
from the torchlight you can see that there's like cow arranged. Again, it looks very intentionally kind of wrapping around the
Like a
perimeter.
wraparound soap, like couch?
Yeah, similar. Couch.
Couch. But
the at the
Nice.
end of the chamber, it's still sort of shrouded or shadowed in dim light, and so it's not entirely clear what this like mound or pile or figure or whatever it is.
Cool. I'm gonna
Either
draw
a-
my bow and I'll be back.
Okay.
It's a throne, a golem, or some sort of giant internal organ.
I bet you it's skulls for the skull throne.
Oh shit! Is this the?
Is it blood for the blood god?
Did we find the skull throne? Did we? Talk to
Yeah,
Corn?
actually.
I rolled to talk to Corn.
You just like pull out some corn from your pocket. Hey there, corn. How you been? Been a long time. No.
No.
Oh, that was good. I liked
No.
that a lot.
No.
So I'm ready to move forward if you guys are.
Well, Nate's pooping.
I think Nate's
Okay.
pooping himself. But yeah, so as you step forward,
His character knows how to shoot a bow.
it's kind of a combination of all of the things that Cody said. So the torchlight illuminates the back of the chamber, and you see where what's wrapping around the edge of the chamber, where there's like those cow bodies kind of arranged weirdly. It continues towards the back of the chamber and actually kind of like wraps around in front of you guys, and against the back of the chamber, kind of pinned against the wall where it like slopes upward, there is what looks like the amalgamation of at least 6 different cow bodies that have been what looks like mashed up and rearranged, and formed into this horrifying like tableau.
Flesh Voltron.
Yeah, like a flesh Voltron sort of thing, where there's like cow hooves that branch off into other cow hooves, and at the center of this horrifying figure is open, a rib cage that's open and way too long. So there's like way too many ribs going down the middle of it. And there are 2 giant lungs on either side of the ribs. And in the center of the ribs, you can tell that it's 4 cow hearts that are entwined with each other with blood vessels and veins and aortas, and they are pulsing in rhythm with each other. And as you're watching,
Seems like everything's in order here.
as you're watching the massive lungs slowly begin to inflate, and you feel on the back of your neck again air rushing through the hallway behind you and passing over the hairs on the back of your neck, and you can hear it now that you're close enough, this like, and the lungs go
I think
from
your noise canceling just blocked that out.
damn it, I need to turn that off.
Yeah, you can turn that off right now. Why do we even have noise canceling?
Okay,
How many sections of heart is that? 12?
Yeah.
12 sections?
so 16 actually, because cows
Oh,
have
there you
4
have
chambered
yours.
hearts. So
6 chambered heart.
yeah, and so the lungs were initially like
That's a lot of heart.
shriveled and wrinkled,
Heart.
and as they
Uh,
inflate, you hear the noise as from some sort of unseeable to you tubes somewhere, air is being drawn into these massive lungs and inflating them.
Neat.
Neat.
I like it, says Trish.
Alright, let's go home. I think we've,
We figured it out.
Our job
Well-
here. We figured it out. It's like, yeah, just
If-
some fucking cow corpse compilation with too many ribs. Breathing
I'm
in the hole.
really hoping that those ribs aren't just like the traps I set up outside.
Kank, kank, kank.
Just. Well,
And we can
I
wait for
suppose-
Celine to get back. But
Let's
yeah,
be like
so
Bruce Wayne at it.
so as you're standing there, sort of
Said she explodes on impact.
she is an explosive Celine. You're
Diarrhea.
surveying the area.
Explosive diarrhea, Celine.
All that you can see initially that's moving is the hearts that are connected to each other at the center of this suspended mass, and the lungs as they fill and exhale and inhale in front of you.
if I want to figure out if any of these bodies around the edges can if any of them could animate on their own
Okay.
to be individual.
Yeah.
Would that be another heal check or?
Yeah. You could go over to one and look at it and kind of give it an anatomy assessment.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll go over to you and give you an anatomy assessment.
Shoot.
And so you go over and you're looking at it, and it's not only are you kind of terrified at what's going on, you're kind of looking at it and you can't really make sense of what you're seeing, because you're like, okay, there's these cows that are kind of arranged in this weird way, but you can tell. I wonder how much I should give you on a failed check.
Tell something's not right.
I suppose it would be fairly obvious even to the untrained eye. So as you approach and you're looking at it, you realize that these aren't whole cow bodies. It is only a bunch of cow.
Are we dead?
Not yet.
No, we found one. You remember in Gears of War 2 when you're inside the giant worm?
Not really. I vaguely
We
remember the giant worm.
we found a giant 16-sectioned heart that is 4 cow hearts, and and there's a bunch of ribs.
Are the ribs attacking us?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Damn.
So as you're looking at these cow corpses or bodies or whatever, you realize that none of them have heads. So where one cow body ends, it is joined to the anus of the
Ooh, it's a
It's
And-
a cowpid centipede.
and it is completely fused with muscle and fur,
It's a bovine centipede.
and it is also attached to the wall of the cavern by various tubes and sinews and stuff.
Yeah, so Hunter knows specifically that I don't like things with too many legs that scuttle. So he thought, oh, I know what's a great idea. Cow centipede. Alright, well... a very large part of me wants to just take my scythe up and start chopping this heart to pieces. But another large part of me is very scared that those ribs are gonna man-trap me and just... And I also feel like we could shoot an arrow at it, but it's not gonna do as much damage.
Maybe not. Hard
Does
to say.
dynamite exist in this world?
Yes, we don't.
We
have
we
any-
talked about that last time. Dynamite does not exist, but black powder does.
We could make a bomb and come back.
How would we make a bomb? Where would we get the black powder?
Oh, maybe the farmers have some.
There's a town.
I'm sure the farmers have a lot of black powder.
They might.
Firearms are fairly common, So I mean, it's not like unheard of to be like, hey, do any of you hunt around here? Like that idea.
Charge.
I mean,
But-
we've blown up barrels
Or
of
we
black
could,
powder
we could
before.
send the pigeon and just be like,
That was in
"Send
an
the
alternate
black
timeline.
powder."
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's the other reality.
I'm just saying you can make explosives.
I suppose if we're worried that we're not going to be able to finish the job here right now, then we can go and try and make a black powder vessel and just blow it up.
Yes. Or we could go talk to the witch and see what it's all about.
I don't think the witch is going to talk to us.
She's gonna kill us.
I feel like they might talk at us, but I feel like they're not going to be like, all right, let's come to an agreement here.
I think if we
Considering
approach it like
she
that, they
killed
might.
like 20 people that just saw her house.
I mean, so the way that the farmers described it is that they were accosting the tower. So like, it's not like they went there and like, huh, that's an interesting tower. Like, oh no, we're under attack. Like they were, being
provoke.
They were
Yeah,
like, get out of here, you magic tower.
yeah, and like pounding on the door and that kind of stuff.
Well, if she didn't talk to them, still why would she talk to us?
Because we're smarter.
Yeah, so I'm cool with whatever because I'm the GM, right? So I can.
Yeah. Lillian's vote is to try and kill it here and now, but she sees the wisdom to go back.
Yeah, I just don't want to attack the saying while we're in its essential layer. I don't like that.
I mean,
We would need to
One way or
come in
another,
here.
right?
Right?
For all we know, it's connected to this whole structure we're in, and it could just go, oh, or
I
it
really
could
doubt
seal. It could seal off the exit at the
I could see you being concerned about like the exit closing off, but I have a really hard time imagining which we make a bomb with a long enough fuse for us to get out anyway.
It doesn't have to be that long of a fuse. We just have to make a small enough explosion to blow up that heart, or big enough, but not too.
So he's thinking like chuck a grenade
yeah,
and
like a grenade in it.
Well, that doesn't make any difference to the likelihood of the place collapsing.
yeah.
Literally, that's equivalent.
I would think if it's dead, it's not gonna collapse. But
It's
maybe.
not going to collapse if it's alive either, because if it collapses while it's alive, it dies.
See, what I was thinking is like if it's alive and it's connected to this, it can like
control it, is what he's saying.
control things.
You think it's just going to like...
Could. You'll fucking know.
I
You
would be
don't
amazed
fucking
if that's
know.
how this operates.
Don't you metagame now.
Wait, you taking I'm metagaming?
Yeah, you were like, I would be amazed if Hunter would just smash us.
Lillian would be amazed if this
If Hunter
creature,
smashed
if
us.
any living thing had the ability to just collapse its chest cavity as an attack.
Yeah, that's fair. So,
You know,
so the information that you have now from Lillian's observation and all of you guys looking at it, it appears that the creature, or whatever it is, the mass, is sort of tenuously connected to the walls via some fairly thin intestinal-looking tubes and some kind of like spidery sinew and stuff like that. But it's definitely, from what you can see, not like incorporated into the chamber.
Dunderheaded Heart is gonna say, it almost looks like it's gestating.
Everybody looks at Hart like,
Jesus Christ.
I love that. Almost looks like it's gestating.
I would like to point out I whispered to Hunter and said to make a zombie cow cave an hour and one.
He did.
I wasn't expecting him to have one actually.
This
made.
was a slightly different plan than I originally had, so it's going really well.
I like this. I'm glad I gave you a good idea.
That was a good call.
Oh shit.
And Cody was sort of the progenitor of all this because he's like, "There's a frickin' cave," and I was like, "I don't think there's a cave." And then Nate's like, "There is a cave."
There is a cave. It's a zombie cow cave. It's like, okay, I get what you're feeling. That's hilarious.
All right,
Well,
we can't hear you, Cody. You're muted.
I understand my heart is so scared of women now. He thinks this is what a gestating area looks like.
He's like, "This is every baby, right?"
Jesus.
That's terrifying, Angel. Thank you for telling me.
I love that.
All right, Celine, what's your vote? Bomb, or you want to try and kill this thing right here?
Saloon's down for whatever, man.
do
She'll
you
kill it
have
now.
anything that can kill it right now?
I mean, we have arrows, javelins, and a scythe.
Yeah, she'll hold up arrows.
I mean, the thing, its heart is big, but it's not that big. It's like,
Yeah,
yay big.
yeah, because cow hearts are a good size, and there's 4 of them
It's probably gonna take
arranged.
some damage to kill it.
get
And we don't know what it's
explosives.
capable of.
We're
I
gonna
mean,
have to go
it's
back
meat.
to our base and lug it all back here.
Well,
And
Jordan
then
was
get it all
thinking.
set up.
Jordan was
Town.
thinking the town. So go back to Metzger and scrounge
Are
up
they
some.
really gonna have a bunch of black powder that they're gonna give us?
So, like I
No.
said earlier, guns are fairly common. So, like, it wouldn't be uncommon for a farmer to be like, "Oh yeah, I've got my hunting rifle. I shoot it 3 times a year or whatever."
Must be a really good hunter.
Well, yeah, but it's like, it's common. People are accustomed to guns. Gunpowder is a well-known, easily sourced material. It just sort of depends on what exactly your guys' plan is and how you would convince the town of Metzger, like, "Hey, bring us all your gunpowder," or whatever.
Well, we wouldn't need more than, I don't know, probably like 3 powder horns worth
Sure.
to fill like a frag grenade.
Yeah, like a
basically.
canister or whatever.
a metal cask with
And
some
then
bomb material.
What's the plan? To just chuck the bomb at the heart?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's the plan. I do think it is just as viable. I don't know if it will save us any effort, really. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we don't know if it's gonna take
Is
it
the
out in
heart
one shot.
exposed?
Yeah, so you're standing there and watching these 4 hearts beat in
How
tandem.
big are they?
They're cow hearts, so a cow heart is like basically the size of a human face.
Are they right next to each other?
They are all connected, like in
Like a big cluster.
yeah, it's like 4 hearts all joined together by these like mishmash of veins and arteries connecting all 4 of them, and they're just sitting there going like thunk, thunk, thunk.
Nate, actually, I have another idea we should try first.
What's that?
We should try dispelling this thing. If this is considered a summoned creature, or if its life is in some sense being prolonged by magic, we might be able to just like.
It is thought. It might work.
I'll leave it to you. You have a much better chance of succeeding than I do.
Let me look at the spell. Yeah.
Yeah, my main thing with the bomb was just like, can maybe do enough damage to the heart to blow it up
As
at
fast
once
as
instead of,
possible,
like-
yeah.
Well,
yeah, like almost a turn.
I don't
Instead of,
know
like,
how it's gonna work mechanically, but if you hit a heart with a sword, it's just gonna shred and start pumping blood everywhere.
This has no effect on summoned creatures or rituals.
Wait, what?
Dispel
Dispel.
magic.
It says no effect on summoned creatures.
Correct. Or
Oh,
rituals.
I
which
guess
is
I
probably
don't-
One or the other.
Is that the first line? Is no effect?
After
I copy and
successfully
paste this
casting
wrong?
this spell, you immediately cause 1 magical to end permanently. This
So-
can be used to dismiss magical effects such as Aegis or other magic spells which may protect another. This has no effect on summoned creatures or rituals.
Okay.
There's probably
So I'm
like a
not gonna-
banish or something.
I'm not gonna
I
say
misspelled
anything
something.
out loud
Okay.
to the other characters, but I'm going to pull my Heartsbane Zweihander
Zweihander.
off of my back and set it on my shoulder and take a hard look at the hearts.
All right.
Take a hard
I mean,
look at
that's
the
not
heart.
like very subtle, I imagine.
No, I did not do anything subtly, so I haven't acted yet other than that, and I haven't said anything, but you guys all
Trish
saw
is
me
going
do
to
it.
take 2 steps towards the exit.
Just like back it up.
Suddenly it is too dark to see anything.
So if anybody
Oh, yeah.
wants to say anything to me before I act,
So heart.
I already made clear that my preference is to kill it right now anyway. And Celine apparently doesn't care, which means that would be the vote.
Yeah,
If people
vote.
would fucking vote.
Yeah.
I'm the
Make
only
a
one that's saying
decision.
make a bomb, so it's 3 against 1. Y'all go. Just know that Trish is ready to bolt for the door.
All
She'll
right,
leave the
Hart,
torch for you.
Hart, we'll charge it at the same time. We'll do a dual strike on this thing.
all right.
All right, do we do a charge attack
How
on
do
it,
you-
Hunter?
How
Yeah,
do you
you
want us to
can-
do this, Hunter?
Yeah, you can if you want to take like a literal running start, and both of you right next to each other, just like and
Yeah,
hit
we're
it.
gonna anime strike this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Back to
take
back.
them while they're doing this.
Yeah, so roll
Alright,
roll
cool.
your charge attack. You get an extra d6.
I will pull out my hand crossbow.
I need to move these down here so I can see them.
I like how that third d6 just kind of late to the party.
That's fine. Oh no, Topher missed.
They both missed.
How did I
Oh,
roll a
Cody,
damage 0?
That is weird.
What is this? What is this math that it rolled to 0?
Somehow, did you put +3 as a bonus? Because I think it's
Yeah.
doing. So just put 3.
Oh.
Because it's
Oh,
doing
yeah.
it's doing 5 plus 3, and that's fucking the math. So it looks like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or wait, sorry, 15, 18.
18, and I get to add another d6 to that it can.
I think
explode.
it.
I think
No,
you've already.
I have powerful on the site, so
Power-
it gets an extra d6.
Powerful does not give you an extra d6.
Powerful does
Or-
not. Punishing does.
Is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
vicious?
No.
No, vicious is
Punishing is an
No,
extra
punishment
d6.
gives the extra
what?
D6.
What do I have that's giving me this?
Cheating.
Maybe.
Cheating.
Huh. Well, I guess in that case I don't roll anything extra.
I'm having a terrible time over here.
So you hit. So Hart, without telling the group, spent a second fortune point to re-roll his attack because he missed his first one. So
And
he
missed
hits.
again.
Oh yeah, and you missed again.
Jesus.
Damn it. That's rough. That's real rough.
It's gonna be rough on us too when Hunter spends all of those to do some fucking.
He only has 2.
Some
He only has-
bullshit.
You don't know how much it costs for him. He sets the rules.
Yeah.
He only has 2.
Black guys have big heads. though.
Ah.
You guys have big heads.
Mm-hmm. He's making fun of us.
Is that true? Are you making fun of us?
I am. To our audience.
It's
That hurts
messed
my
up, man.
feelings.
Should I roll it again, guys?
Yeah. Third time's the charm. Isn't that the saying?
Third time's the charm.
So what did you figure out your shit coding?
No.
Okay. So
I think what happened was I was vicious adds an extra d6, but
for
recurring
injuries, yeah.
And I think I just wrote it down wrong on my character sheet because I knew it did
Yeah.
that.
Giving yourself that extra D6.
Yeah, and so powerful lets you force an
Push them
opponent.
back.
Yeah, so opponent
Yeah.
can, like, you can say, like, oh, I hit, and I'm going to try and move them away from me. And so then they have to
Yeah.
resist powerful
Mhm.
with, I think it's coordination
it.
or something.
Yeah, I don't know why it had an extra D6 damage in it. Maybe that was alternative rules or something.
So
Well, that's
I,
the +3.
yeah, the
Yeah,
scythe for alt damage should be just like a flat plus.
Yeah, that must be the +3.
Let me look real quick. 3 seems like a lot.
Is that in the main gouge or is that in the standard?
It must be in main gouge. Let me look. I thought it was in the standard one.
Thought it was as well. I don't see it in here. I'm slowing the game down.
No, we're
That's
good.
my goal.
Simple melee, scythe. +1 for alt damage.
Where
Combat.
did any of these numbers come from?
Cody's just like, scythes are awesome. They're so fucking cool. They do lots of damage. And
They do like 1 to 3
Really
d6 a
didn't
damage.
pay attention
Yeah,
why
it's just
all of
whatever.
these numbers were wrong. Oh, you know what I bet it was? I previously had a Zweihander on that other game, and I bet I started to replace it. And
Oh, yeah,
replace
didn't
all
finish
the
it.
details.
Yeah. So a scythe is powerful, slow, vicious, and
Vicious
weak.
Yeah, I had all of those already entered in. And I had
So
two-handed.
you're really,
melee.
really good at inflicting moderate injuries.
That's okay. We got Hart. He's got his Zweihander.
He does. But he's
And
terrible.
missed twice.
He's terrible at using it.
It's like, why can't I hit this fucking still?
It's not
Hart?
even moving. I'm like, why can't I hit this heart?
You're so overcome with nervousness. You're like, something terrible is about to happen.
Yeah.
First time you attack.
So are
just,
you
like,
good
flash
with
and hit the bone? You're like, oh wait, no.
Are you gonna re-roll or what are you gonna do, Cody?
Me? Do
Yeah.
I need to re-roll? What did I get?
So you rolled an attack for your charge, but
Yeah,
you rolled
so
a bunch of
I got-
extra.
Yeah, so, I mean, ultimately, it would have just been... Yeah, I'll just re-roll it. Fuck it.
And we can just take
I
the
re-roll it and
damage.
Just take the damage?
Yeah, we can just take the damage.
This should fix it.
Nine
Alright.
damage.
And is that with the extra d6 from charging?
No, so I can roll
Okay.
that separately.
Yeah.
12.
That sucks.
12
Didn't roll
damage.
any fucking damage.
So
The
Hart
shittiest attack.
and Lillian line up back to back at the edge of the chamber, and they're like, "All right, we're just gonna do it." Trish is like backing away towards the exit, and
That's why we
Oh, with
can't
my
see
hand
anything.
crossbow.
yeah,
It gets dark, and so that's why we miss.
and it's a light crossbow. It's not a hand crossbow.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's right.
Celine is crouched at the back with her arrow, and Lillian and Hart charge forward, both screaming "Ah!" as they swing their weapons, and Hart's Zweihander like clatters off of Lillian's scythe as her scythe slashes through and chops into the mass of flesh and muscle that is this four-hearted heart. And as the scythe slides through and gouts of blood come out, you hear it sounds like
Bovine screeching.
four cows screeching at the same time in like a trumpeting roar as the whole
Make a
like
nice bovine screech for us.
yeah, nice bovine. Oh, you want me to do it? It's gonna be like moo. And
Wow. Jesus.
Worst
and
DM
But
ever, am I
times
right?
4. Can you picture in your mind that times 4?
yeah.
Moo.
And the whole like chamber kind of bursts into motion as I'm trying
As
to
it
think
collapses the
as
room around it. No.
as you see
right.
I'm trying to think when what am I thinking of? When like rocket ships are disengaging their like fuel pump pipes and everything, they're like flying off under pressure or whatever. So all of the little connecting like intestinal tubes and everything that were holding this like spread eagle mass and the long wrapping part against the wall, they're like popping off and like spraying gunk everywhere, and it begins to writhe. And so you hear sort of slowly at first, but the clippy cloppy of way too many cow feet begin to like shift itself around and wrap, and the mass pulls itself out from being stuck against the wall. And it becomes very apparent that you are facing down a cowtipede that is made up of just like this string of black and brown and spotted cow torsos. So it's just the four legs that are conjoined in this long string of segments, and it ends in almost like a cobra shaped like head, where
Sounds terrifying.
where the heart is in the middle of the ribs, and on either side of the ribs there's the giant bags of lungs that are heaving with breath now as they constrict and inflate. And at the very top there's like 4 cow heads looking down at you with 8 eyes, and again it goes I was gonna do it and then I lost it. The trumpeting cow scream as it begins to uncoil from the wall.
And again it goes moo.
And again it goes moo, very demure at you. And
You sure it's not trying to seduce me?
it is actually roll scrutinize to see if it's actually serious about the relationship.
It pulls out a ring.
And you notice that as it's pulling itself away, all of the tubes and interwoven muscles and everything that were making up this very like organized chamber begin to sort of deteriorate and pull apart and retract into the walls. And you notice something is amiss when the first full cattle corpse comes crashing down from above you and lands on the ground between you and the cowtipede. And now
So it is collapsing.
and so there's a rumble and sort of the sloshing and sliding of meat against meat, and it becomes pretty apparent that something is wrong, and that it might be
Does
collapsing.
this part look like it's donezo? Like we just need to get the fuck out of here?
No. So the heart, you definitely like slash the heart, and it's like, you know, the top 2 hearts are maybe hanging apart a little bit where you've cut the veins and connective tissue, but it's still pumping away, and the lungs are still heaving with air, and the cowtipede
But
is.
does it seem like this room is donezo? We need to get the fuck out of here.
That would be a fairly safe assessment to
Okay.
as
Trish is
you
gone.
as
Trish
you
is
see
already running.
all of the tissue that was encasing the chamber is sort of either like falling apart or pulling away from the walls.
I'm confused.
What are you confused by?
You.
So confused about what?
Yeah, what are you confused about?
I'm confused as to it. I guess the motivations of the thing. Because like,
You just
if it's bleeding and losing control, and like, oh, that's why it's like starting to fall apart. That makes sense to me. If
So
it's just like
It might not
dumping
even
its
have
own,
intelligence, bro.
yeah, I know, but like the primal instincts of it.
yeah.
I'm trying
So
to figure out.
so
survival.
your interpretation of the events as someone who is learned in anatomy and stuff like that. You remember back to where Hart is like, I think it's gestating, and you're like, oh, we have awoken the child, and the womb is now falling apart.
Yeah, it wasn't ready, and we slashed at it,
Yeah.
and now
Because
the
now it's
gestation chamber is falling apart.
completely separated from the walls. Every tube that was attaching it to the walls has sprung off. All of the webbing of like connective tissue that was like holding it against
Okay.
the walls.
So the
It's-
heart is
Part of the cowtopede,
is for the cowtopede,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
for the
not for the
structure.
chamber. Yeah.
No.
So
Makes
because
more sense to me.
the top of the cowtopede has the heart in the middle and is like a cobra head shaped, like splayed out.
That's the thing I need.
Yeah,
Yes.
what we saw was the head of the cowtopede.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we definitely should fight this thing outside if we can.
Well, your guys' light is gone, because Trish is gone.
Trish is the fucking worst.
Yeah. So I would say roll initiative real quick, because we want to see who is actually gone first.
Well, should I get a bonus? Because I was like, ready. There you're like, I'm ready.
You
to aim.
already
I'm
have a
like, I'm
bonus.
ready to
You're the
run.
furthest back.
Yeah. Your bonus is your position.
I guess. It's dumb.
It's
I was
dumb that I
holding
am
my-
where I was standing.
I was holding my action to run.
Well, we haven't entered action economy yet, so yeah.
I
Roll.
always think there's an initiative in the character sheet, and then I can
Yeah.
never find it.
It is in the character sheet in the trapping section, but all you do is you roll a d10 and you add your initiative number to the result.
Okay.
And your initiative number is that box to the left of where it says initiative, because it like has 3 boxes for it.
So I got a
Oh,
7.
Celine.
I rolled a 1, so I got a 7.
You rolled a 1 too? Oh man, you guys
Yeah.
are.
Oh shit! I got an 18.
Yeah, I got a 9.
I
Wait,
got
I'm
a
not
9
nine.
as well.
I got a 9. I got an 11.
Celine is 9
Yeah.
and Lillian is 11. Okay.
You guys did bad.
Oh, I already had this pulled up. All right. Actually, I probably still need that. Oh yeah, so I had a token for this. Cowtopede, and we'll send that down.
That's terrifying. Don't do that.
Yeah.
What?
So it rolled a, what did I roll again? A 4. Okay. Okay, so Trish, you're first.
Yay. Yeah, Trish. I'm trying to decide if I need the torch to run through the tunnel. Cause I mean, it is a
You're
tunnel.
just gonna ditch it.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be like, you know,
You know?
I'll be all right. I'll drop the torch at the entrance of the tunnel, and then I'll start running through the tunnel.
All right. So you make your way, winding and winding, sort of feeling your way along the walls and like running into a squishy part and then having to redirect. But you do get to where you can sort of see just around like the next bend and corner, you can see sort of the last bits of daylight coming through.
All right. Cool.
All right. Lillian.
Do I have to make an attack to use the charge action?
Are you charging where?
Out.
Charge is an attack. You could just use run.
No, charge is a movement.
Oh yeah, but Cody
Right.
can't run. He
I cannot
physically
run.
can't run.
Yeah.
I have a broken fucked
So-
up leg.
In in the spirit of trying to exploit the system.
No, it's not. It is functionally worse.
I know.
Actually, no, it's not. Actually, it would be identical. That's a lie.
Yeah.
Because it would be the same as if I did charge and hustle. So never mind. That's the same. I guess I don't get the damage threshold bonus, but
Yeah. So I mean,
I guess I'll just hustle.
yeah, because then you're like, oh, I charge and I attack the wall as like part of the charge or whatever. But then it like if you picture it in your head, Lillian is like, shit, I can't run, but if I get really mad at the wall,
It's an aggressive job.
ah!
Really run, but I'm pissed off at this wall.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna make your way downtown.
I mean, it could almost be like an adrenaline type thing, though, couldn't it?
Yeah, but
Like giving him the strength to push through the pain.
But mechanically, the drawback that Lillian has says you cannot use the run action.
Yeah, I think it's fair for me to only use it if I'm actually attacking a target.
Yeah,
that's
so
okay.
like if you want to charge at somebody for an attack, that's fine. But charging away, I think, is in counter to the spirit of the drawback.
Of the drawback. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, then I pursue charge and hustle
charging
and
the
get same
doorway.
outcome, but minus the damage threshold.
Yeah, so you're able to hustle your way past the dropped torch at the entrance of the cavity, and again sort of wend your way through tunnels and muck and nastiness.
Can you use the same reaction twice? No, you said you can't use the same action twice.
I think you can.
As long as you have the AP for it.
Yeah,
I
as
would
long
think.
as you have the AP, you can dodge and parry twice if you have the AP or whatever.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna move the hustle out once,
Okay.
and then I'll save my other two to parry. Since I imagine I'll be in the rear by the time everything's said and done.
All right, Celine.
Alright. I'ma shoot with my bow since I was taking aim.
Yep.
I gotta find my character right there. Do-do-do. Do-do-do.
I don't know if they're homebound, but they're definitely bound somewhere, Beauty.
I hit. Woo!
Ooh, okay.
And I did the wrong thing.
That's all right. You can just roll damage separate.
Yeah. I know. I'm just gonna go and roll it through this anyways. I already succeeded.
I thought that said
11
44 damage. I was like,
damage.
Jesus.
Not 11 damage.
Yep.
Then what are? Come on. Oh no, did not crash. I'm just gonna run if we're getting the fuck out of here. So,
Yep.
what the fuck are actions, anyways? Holy shit. Alright, here we go. Can't run. But can I? Am I able to hustle twice, or can you only hustle once?
You can only hustle once.
That's
You can
why.
charge the wall. You don't have the drawback.
I'm just gonna hustle once and save the other for like a dodge or something, just in case.
Sure. Do you want me to do your token, or are you gonna just?
I mean, are we?
We don't know distances in here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Because I haven't
Can
mapped
I-
out the cave.
So,
But you're
Can I
you're
still
able to.
sneak-
She should be ahead of me by a lot.
She's only hustling, so she's gonna get the same distance as you. Well, okay.
No, it's not.
was
She
gonna
was
say,
further
I
back,
got
and
better
I have
movement.
3 less movement than she does.
Oh yeah. So what is Cody? What is your movement?
6.
And yours
my
is
movement is 8.
okay. Yeah. So you come running past Lillian, who's like huffing, leaning against the wall.
I don't think it's a problem of stamina so much as
Yeah,
it's a
just,
problem of the leg
dragging.
bending.
Yeah, dragging the leg. All right. So heart.
Fish back. Carry me.
Can I still see the heart? Like, is it still? Am I still next to the heart, the exposed heart?
Yes, but it's not your turn. So the
Just
the cow beast rends itself in a circle with the trampling of 100 hooves around you, and it rears up in front of you and strikes down like a snake at you. And actually, it misses. So
They get more cool than that.
so the colossal head of the cowtipede smashes down in the ground next to you, and you see the 4 heads that are at the top are not what it's using to attack. And so like when you look to the side, your side where it's smashed into the ground, the eyes of the cow are just like fixed on you with this like bestial rage. And as it pulls away from the ground, you see that the ribs were like holding this chunk of ground, and they like wriggle and drop the dirt and muck that it had picked up. And it
tries to impale you.
and then again it like sort of snake-like motion readjusts its body, and the pitter-patter of a bunch of hooves against the ground is all you hear, and it lets out another shrieking roar. And now it's your turn, Heart, and it's right in front of you. The heart of the beast is still exposed. The lungs are exposed. It's all interwoven flesh and meat.
This is just the goddamn celestial centipedes from Bloodborne.
Gee, I wonder where Hunter got his inspiration from. Jesus,
Anyone who's
Topher,
watching this,
calm
just look
down.
up celestial centipedes.
Jesus, Topher, calm down.
I do 27 damage
I
to
see
the heart.
that.
What's the extra 1 for?
I used an extra action point to for punishing.
Wait,
So what-
the punishing requires you to spend an extra action point?
Correct. It's in the description of my weapon there.
Oh, you've already got set to do
Oh, yeah, how
that,
about
buddy.
that?
You've got a set to roll 2d6.
Yeah.
No, the damage on a Zweihander is already 2d6.
Is it?
No.
Punishing is
So-
what gives it the extra d6.
Yeah.
Nothing is a 2d6 without punishing.
Yeah, so like
Okay, then it's just 26 damage then.
Yeah, just the 26.
so can you walk me through these bonuses real quick? So it's it's 3 plus 6 plus 7 plus 3 plus the dice? So like what is
No. So the first one is like two dice roll.
It's weird
It
that
should
the
actually be a little bit
second.
less.
Yeah, cuz you
You
have
have it set to 2d6.
yeah, you have like 3 dice already set in that roll.
Can you look at his character sheet and just see?
Yeah, let me look real quick.
Yeah, I
'Cause
can.
I bet you have it set to 2d6 in the weapon.
We'll just ignore we'll ignore the roll and we'll re-roll the damage. So it's 14 damage. I fixed it.
Yeah, that'd make more sense.
Yeah.
If he's doing punishing.
Yeah. And
I didn't know
so
you had to spend an extra AP for punishing. Holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean that does help for balance though.
So I think he somehow still has this coded a little bit wrong, because
I don't think
That's
so.
70.
Why?
it's
So-
technically right, but I don't think that first D6 he has coded is gonna explode on 6s, because it's not considering it a fury die.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
punishing should be adding a second fury die.
Click into it again and add an exclamation point after that D6. Click in his weapon and do it and test it.
Let's see.
I was gonna say, 'cause can you even add that?
Right now, the Cautipede probably. Yeah, I think if you add the exclamation point, that should make it explode, but I don't know.
Just roll it a few times until you
Is
see
it
explode.
is it supposed to explode?
So
Yeah, your extra D6 should explode.
well, both D6s should explode because
Yeah, the one will always do it by default. It's just making the other one do it.
Yeah, the exclamation point might do it. Yeah, that did it. That made it explode.
okay, yeah.
Okay,
So-
cool.
So is that correct now?
It's
Whenever you
technically
do
correct,
punishing.
but like so, you in your damage for your weapon,
Uh huh.
that's where you would put something like a flat +1 or whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine to put the D6 there for now. But in general, punishing when you spin the extra AP
Yeah.
lets you roll 2 fury die. And so,
It says 1 fury die.
well, because you always roll 1 fury die.
Yeah.
Punishing lets you roll a second one. And so
Yeah.
if you hover over like that damage number real quick to see the actual
Yep.
math of it, you see that very first D6?
Yeah.
That should happen at the end. So it should be 1d6 fury die plus 1d6 additional fury die.
Gotcha.
And so the way you have it coded now is fine, because it's just you're rolling the fury die extra. But it could, if you ever didn't use punishing, it could mess it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't plan to not use punishing.
No,
with
that's
that
fair.
weapon. That's why I have the other weapon.
Yeah, so you face down the couch.
So are we back to the 26 damage?
No,
then?
we're doing the
Did I
14.
roll?
We're doing the 14.
Tex made it. He's here.
Oh, Tex is here.
Yay, Tex made it.
So
Always pay your taxes.
so you're facing down the Cautipede, and you give it a good overhand swinging chop with Heartsbane. You don't hit the heart, because mechanically, if you wanted to aim for the heart, you would have to make a called shot. But you do hack into the cobra head mass at the top of the Cautipede, and you take a good chunk off of it, and it roars and rees and does the cow scream
That's fair.
in rage. And as you can tell, as the thing is thrashing about and moving in a serpentine way in the chamber, it is exacerbating the rapid deterioration of this cavern around you. And so more and more cow bodies and half rotted pieces of cows and bulls and stuff are raining from the ceiling, and you can see where like part of the wall is like collapsed inward where it's spilling out guts and stuff. And so you still have 1 AP. Do you want to stay or do you want to move? We can't hear you. Are you muted?
I just wanted to hit it because I didn't hit it before.
No, that's fair.
And Hart was angry.
I fully understand.
that.
No, I get it.
Now Hart should run.
I will move my 7 movement
Okay.
towards the exit
So you'll get to like right
as it reels back.
You were like between Celine and Lillian. All right, Trish. Back to you.
Alright. So I see the entrance.
Yeah, you see the light. You can round the corner and get out.
I'm gonna wait and see if I hear, like screaming or
You definitely hear
them
screaming.
running.
You hear the
Okay.
cow tapede screaming.
Mostly cow screaming, yeah.
Yeah.
You see the light at the end of the smelly mouth tunnel, though.
Yeah. Yeah, then I'm gonna get out of the smelly mouth tunnel. Or, I'll be like, come on, guys! The entrance is right here, or whatever. And then I'm gonna leave.
I'm already running.
Oh, I can change the color.
Ooh. You can change the color.
Oh, it's pink now.
Ooh.
So you're
It's
gonna
pink.
go ahead and move your token to somewhere in the flat outside the mouth of the cave.
And I will ready my light crossbow in case, that thing comes out. Ooh, the putrid green's pretty good.
Is that green?
Or yellow.
I was gonna say I don't think
It
that's.
is.
I'm colorblind, but I don't think that's green.
It's like a pea green.
It's a yellow with maybe a little bit of green.
Oh, that's blue. Okay, Lillian.
So I am going to. I suppose I'm going to end up in the rear again, but I don't know. Based on the distances involved, does it look like I'm going to end up behind Hart on his turn again? Like, or I guess, am I going to be in the rear by the time that the monster goes again? I don't want to have other people getting attacked when I could do something to help.
So if everybody continues running the same way, you will be in the back because you're already in the back. Because
Okay.
Hart is
Simply
between.
because your leg is broken and you're a lesser human being.
Yeah, so
Yes.
Hart is between you and Celine. So it's you, Celine, or you, Hart, Celine, and then the exit, and then Trish.
I do heart Celine. Okay, I am going to
For some reason.
do my movement, my hustle, and
Okay.
I'm going to hold my remaining 2 defensive reactions.
Okay, so you're like right at the mouth of the cavern now. Celine, what's your plan?
Yeah. She's just taking the run action and getting the fuck out.
Sure. Where do you want to end up on the outside of the cavern?
There.
Perfect. I can't.
Way
So
the
just
fuck
keep
away.
Celine just
Way over there.
screeching the
You
fuck
guys
out.
got this. I'll be over here.
And from the interior of the mass, you hear the writhing and thrashing and clicking of bone against bone as the cowtapede enrages.
I love that sound.
And slams around and screams on the inside of the chamber, and you hear the continual wet plopping and sliding of bloated corpses collapsing on each other.
That's the
There you go.
sound right there.
Give me some sound effects.
Needs a little bit more bass.
Hart.
I'm gonna continue running out.
All right, and you want to end up like right at the mouth, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, just right around there.
Okay.
And as I come out, I'm gonna say, "This thing's mother's gonna be mad."
We're like, what?
Maybe she shouldn't have
Alright.
birthed such a monstrosity. Fucking freaks. This is what happens when you have sex with demons. Don't have sex with demons.
I'm surprised to
tell me
hear
what
you
you
say that.
Right? You of all people.
That was very unceline
You of
like.
all people.
Now we know where she draws the line, I guess.
No one even noticed my, landmark moment where I called Celine a people.
I called
the turning point.
Lillian a human being a few minutes ago. I was wrong. I should have said humanoid.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Elf
My God,
being.
Cody can't even run.
And
Cody can't even run. You poor thing, Cody.
Elvin Grace.
Elvin Gray.
I say as I drag my leg behind me.
Doesn't look very graceful to me.
and as you guys all pour out of the mouth of the cave, in various
that sounds
states of
disgusting. Don't say that again.
of horror, the
Pour
ground
out of the mouth.
the ground beneath you shudders as you see ahead of you the pile of bodies like collapses all at once.
Oh no.
In a disgusting like crash that sends like a huge gust of air wafting over you, and liquid begins like gushing out from the very edges of the pile of bodies.
Sounds terrible.
And for a second, all is silent.
And then bursting from the cow bodies. Oh, I'm sorry.
And it's Trish's turn.
It bursted out of the pile.
It has not yet.
Oh,
But it's gonna.
but it's gonna. Well,
Maybe.
guess I'll just wait for that.
And you can move. Like, you have full control of your token. You can put yourself where you want. You can hold your actions.
What's the range of my?
You can hold your actions, but you can't ever get more than 3 AP.
Unless you
Bullshit.
spend a fortune point. You can have 4.
Yeah, you spend all the fortune points this time.
Only 2, guys.
Oh,
Only
remember
2.
that when I want to roll a greater spell and channel 3 times?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could,
figured two-
so,
Oh,
I figured
my
2 wasn't
range
too
is
bad.
on- Yeah, my range isn't on the fucking like crossbow thing, 'cause it doesn't have that.
Oh.
It's handling short. I guess the range
You
is
would have
short.
needed to look it up and add it
Spot
like
to
the
type it,
responsible
bro.
player.
yeah, so the short would be where you would
There's
put the
the spot.
range.
Yeah.
What are
Okay, short one. I don't know.
So we'll look it up real quick.
I'm pretty sure I put all the information down. But yeah.
You did not.
definitely not? Because all of the ranged weapons have their.
It's a number plus your perception bonus for every single one. Yeah.
Yeah, so the distance for a light crossbow is 6 plus your perception bonus.
Oh, okay. I don't know. But it's a short range, right?
That is
Longest.
that's like the regular range, and if you want to shoot farther than that, you suffer penalties.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So what does 6 mean? Like 6 feet?
Yards. 6 plus your perception, so your
6
perception
squares.
bonus is not 0, so it's going to be more than
I
6.
don't know that.
But it's going to be squares. So every
Yeah, you don't-
square is a yard.
You don't know how unperceptive Jordan is.
Mhm.
Pretty sure it's literally impossible to have like a 0 bonus in anything.
Yeah, so like
So if I got
the
11.
the edge of the cave is 10 yards from you. The edge of the ravine is like 10 yards from you where you are right now.
Okay. So Trish is gonna go climb up the rope and be at the top of the ravine.
So, do you notice the trap or not?
Yes.
Apparently not, since he said he just went up the rope.
You
That's
could
true.
go up the rope knowing the trap was there.
Yeah. So give me your athletics
He
roll.
was gonna avoid the trap. It's like me playing, stay away from these doors. Okay, well, 1 minute later, oh my god, bear trap!
All
Does he
right.
get
I
any
told you.
modifiers for the rope being there?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but it doesn't help him.
Plus 20
it-
though.
is it only-
Oh man, I
Oh,
missed
yeah.
it by 1.
Or the time Cody got me up and told me to watch out for the concertina mine, and then I ran into the concertina mine and went back down.
So as you're like hurrying and slinging your crossbow over your back, you jump and grab the rope, and the mud is like giving away under your feet as you're just like in a panic, crawling up the rope, and the exertion deals 15 physical peril to you.
It's like past my second one.
Man, that sucks, huh?
So I'm ignore 1 skill rank.
Yeah, so if you would go from unimperiled to imperiled to ignore 1 skill rank.
Alright.
So you heave yourself finally to the top and roll over on your back.
On the top of
Yeah, and you're like trying to catch your breath as you hear your friends down below preparing. Lillian.
Who said anything about friends?
Sorry, compatriots, companions, enemies.
Party.
You hear your
I'm gonna
enemies down.
let out a rallying cry.
Inspiring
Stand ready.
words.
The beast may come out soon.
That's very rallying.
That's a fail.
Yep, that is a critical fail.
SpaghettiOs.
Listen here, you little bitches, if you don't die... Wait a second, hang on, let me start over.
So you suffer 9 peril as you fail to find the words to inspire your friends.
And that's mental peril?
Yeah, so you're standing there
Okay.
knowing that the beast is coming, and you're like, I need to help my friends, and you fail to do it.
Companions.
No, I consider you friends.
You're dumb.
Yeah, you're right.
dumb.
Fortunately, I suffer 1 less mental peril damage whenever I receive mental peril.
Oh, there you go.
So I don't...
I think that's what I
You're the opposite of Hart.
It's like he
RP,
went
how you
to
fail
go
your friends.
inspire
John
us
is telling you to
instead,
RP
he
how
just
you
started
fail your
crying.
friends.
RP
Yeah,
how you fail.
we want to hear how you
Oh.
fail.
Oh, sure,
John,
I
he
go.
doesn't need to do that, he does that on a daily basis.
Guys, there's a giant monster coming. We need to, get ready for it, because it could kill us.
And your friends look at you like,
We all just look at him going, yeah, we know.
yeah.
We know. This is all information.
That
we
wasn't
offer.
inspiring at all. So do you want to move at all, or save your last 2?
I'll save my other 2. I think I'm pretty much where I want to be,
Okay.
probably.
Celine, what's the plan?
Magic missile, guaranteed hit! I'm gonna take one on my... Or wait, no, it's not here, is it? God damn it.
Yeah, you can't see it.
Fuck, never mind. We're just gonna load my... we're just...
So
gonna
your
load
bow is
an
not
arrow.
loaded.
Yeah, so I'll load an arrow, and then I'm gonna take a delayed action, waiting for it to come out.
To fire.
To throw magic missile, yeah.
Oh, okay. To shoot magic missile.
Yeah, so... I've got, like, 8, so I figure 1 in combat isn't too bad, especially if it's, like, one thing versus us, so...
Yeah, sure. All right.
Oh, I need
So-
to take down that I shot an arrow, though.
Trish on the cliff is getting to her knees, catching her breath, looking down at the pit. Hart and Lillian stand at the mouth of the now collapsed cave, looking up the hill of desiccating corpses. And Celine stands at the ready at the back, feet almost sticking in stinking, disgusting mud. And suddenly, it breaks the silence, and there's a sudden onrushing of noise, and it bursts out from the pile of corpses in a shower of gore and like partial body parts and skulls and bones and sickly slick entrails raining down on you, and it bursts out. And it I'm not done, Nathan. It rears its head, and it screams out a piercing, roaring scream. And your vision does that, like, blurring at the edges that they do in video games when cool things are happening.
Yeah.
And a placard flies across the screen and says "Cowtipede," as the boss is as the boss is revealed.
Hey Hunter, guess what?
What?
When I'm unharmed, making an inspiring words check, I get a plus 20% bonus to it, which means I
Oh
would
yeah.
have succeeded.
Oh yeah, because you get I forgot
I
that
forgot about that too.
I forgot that it's made at it's not made as a regular check.
Yeah, it's a standard check if I'm moderately wounded.
Yeah.
So now I can do my thing.
So that's actually a critical success.
Yeah.
So that actually gets Jordan back to unhindered.
Yeah. So
Everyone gets a +1 peril modifier and damage modifier. As
yeah.
well.
So a bit of a little timeline correction. Lillian found the words to inspire her friends.
So she
So I
said
said the exact same
thing,
word,
Yeah.
more confidently.
Yeah, much more confidently. And so
Bart was like, right.
Jordan recovers to imperiled, so you're no longer ignoring one.
Just like out of breath, and he says, like, huh, okay, yeah.
I can feel that. And everybody gets +1 to both their damage threshold and their peril threshold for the encounter. Okay, now you can do your thing.
I prepared us
Reach
for
into
our
my pouch
battle.
and whip it out like a kunai. Magic missile! And let it fly. And as it zips through the air, dodging all the gore and flying cow bodies, and makes a direct hit. Because I'm using my ability and taking a...
Oh, you're taking a peril, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just immediately hitting, because
Yeah.
best fucking ability.
Well, you should
goes.
roll. You should still roll to see if it's a critical success.
Oh, okay, you can do that. I'm just gonna roll the D100 then. No.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was an
Roll the
unpredictable
critical
number.
success.
Yeah.
Magic missile! And I roll a... 13 points of damage!
So the magic missile whips through the air, blasts apart a rotted cow skull on its way to the cowtipede, and slams it right between
so
the
deep.
pulsating heart and the 4 cow heads at the top. And you see it physically like reel with the impact and let out a scream as it comes charging down the pile of corpses. and again the pounding of hundreds of cow hooves is extremely unsettling as it comes charging down and whips its head around to slam into Hart.
Oh yeah, heart, not me. I can live with that.
And since it remembers, it can feel in the air of reality that Hart was responsible for. How did you do this? Oh, there we go. Hart was responsible for the weavings of fate. It re-rolls its charge attack and slams Hart
Karma's a bitch.
with its 4 horned heads and deals
500 damage.
How do I want to do this?
Heart
500 damage.
1 damage for each hoof.
And Hart parries because he never misses a parry.
Yeah, so roll your parry. Do you have an AP? Yeah, because
Yes.
you just ran.
Yeah, I just ran out here.
Run. If you did a run action and hasn't.
No,
done
I just did a
anything else-
normal move.
Yeah, he did
So
a
I'm-
hustle.
I was gonna say, because if you did a run, that uses everything.
I did not critical
Yeah.
parry, but
So you're looking up the hill as it's like coming down at you, and you see it reel its head back and swing it at you as hard as it can, and you cross the Zweihander in front of you, Monster Hunter style, to catch the horns of the beast, and you feel your boots like slide backwards anime style in the mud as the impact like glances off the Zweihander.
Actually, an anime video game.
Yeah.
No one ever told us, but
And now
And
it's hard.
everyone cheers, and I become 10 times stronger. Hooray!
Yeah. Well, and there's like a ringing sound as the horns grate against the castle forged steel of the Zweihander, and it rings out through the ravine. And then Hart steels himself for his counterattack. Because it's your turn.
I'm Heart.
I'm definitely Heart right now.
That parry is pretty broken, eh?
It's super broken.
It is very
Yeah,
broken.
his ability is super strong. Congratulations.
23
Toby.
damage.
Fucking murdered it.
That's a good amount of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
Does that use all of your AP to?
It uses
attack?
Two of
2.
them.
Yeah.
So
You, again in Monster Hunter style, take the momentum from the slamming of the horns.
I used the charged hunter's art.
Yeah, so you spin around in an upward swinging arc of the sword and embed the blade like vertically through the heart of the beast and up around, spraying a shower of blood and gore into the air.
And then my hunter flexes, and it says countercharge success.
Huh.
And it reels its head into the air and screams and sprays blood and gore everywhere, and begins like moving again in a serpentine trampling motion as it's Trish's turn.
Oh shit! I didn't kill it.
No, man.
I'm gonna aim and pew with my little crossbow.
Oh yeah, because you're up here.
Trish is like, it didn't kill it? What are you, loser? What's
What
wrong
are
with you?
loser? Well, let me miss.
Yeah, you miss. So you're trying to line up a shot as it's reeling around. Pew! Then the crossbow
With
bolt.
1 AP left, can I do anything? just do a normal
You should
shoot?
have 2 AP left.
To aim and shoot, I thought it was your AP.
Oh, did you aim for like a...
Aimed and-
Yeah, did you like aim?
Oh, I want to aim, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so then you hit.
And that
Because
would
you
have
get
given
a...
you bonuses.
Yeah, so if you aim, you should roll it at plus 10.
Oh,
Also,
I
how
always
is this
forget
thing
to-
still alive.
quick anything. It's super strong. Hunter's trying to kill us.
No, but like,
Listen, I've only done like 36 damage to it, guys.
And remember, damage isn't cumulative.
Is it- yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, I
it's a
know,
little bit
but, like,
different.
unless some
Oh.
of our attacks have just not broken that damage threshold.
Some of them haven't. For sure, some of them haven't. 2 of them missed.
Well, yeah,
Two of them
but
did miss.
I did 11
Alright,
damage
so I think
earlier.
I
and
just roll like a
did
D6.
14?
I don't think I. Plus
So
it,
for
right?
a crossbow, you can spend 1 AP for punishing.
Punishment, daddy.
That
So-
would be all your AP for that.
Yeah,
Fuck
so
it,
that would
let's
be...
do it.
I mean,
Yeah, but
it's pretty
he
far
probably
out.
won't have to dodge. He's pretty far away.
Thing launches itself
9
and drags
damage.
Torgan down.
Well, it's 9 plus whatever the damage modifier for the crossbow is, plus...
And equals again, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah, and that
I
6
didn't
explodes.
He doesn't want to roll another 6. He doesn't have to.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah, I guess.
Don't pressure me, guys. Boom. Nailed it.
And what's
Oh.
your agility bonus?
So the crossbow is actually combat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, 6. So,
You have a
16 damage.
6. You have a 6 combat bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Oh, yeah. So,
I think these are random abilities, and it's my strongest one.
I mean, humans get a bonus innately to combat. So yeah, you're watching from the hilltop as Hart gores the thing with his Zweihander, and as it reels around and splays blood everywhere, you line up the perfect crossbow shot and fire at the most precise timing to send the bolt through the 2 like separated pieces of the heart and pin them back together, and it shudders and it like
actually heals it.
it regains its entire damage track.
Yeah.
No,
Oh boy.
Good.
It-
Phase
good.
2.
it shudders and sort of like crumbles in on itself a little bit, and then like flops over, completely
Trisha be like, "Ha!"
motionless.
Stole your kill, bitch.
It still only counts as one. And yeah, so we exit combat mode now, as it lays there twitching
I did it, guys.
and stinking.
I did
Fight's
it.
actually like Sister Freed from Dark Souls 3, and there's 3 phases, guys. You ready?
Yeah,
Yeah, now all the corpses are like combined into Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
See what happens is the cowtipede gets back up, and then all the other dead cow bodies form up into a big monster. So it's got that secondary big boss fight thing with it.
yeah.
I told you,
He was talking
Voltron.
about.
Undead Voltron.
What actually
Shoot.
happens is the crossbow bolt sends a spark off one of the bones and ignites the methane gas, and it blows up and kills all of you.
Actually,
Except for me,
um,
Actually,
remember,
Actually.
Voltron has
Actually.
pilots, so we all join into it,
Yeah.
and we become the mecha pilots for
Yep.
each of the
Oh,
limbs
Jesus
of
Christ.
Meet
now-
the Voltron.
Now
there's
it's
only 4 hearts,
Yeah,
and there's 4 of us.
there you go.
perfect.
Each of you should eat one.
Celine has a goal now.
Cow.
Make giant fleshy golem Voltron.
Golem Voltron mech. I'm gonna get some water real quick. I'll be right back.
No.
Unacceptable.
All right, Celine, let's start ripping this thing apart.
Yeah, so if you wanna roll like survival for collecting pieces and stuff, if there's anything specifically you want to look at, you can let me know when I get back.
Wait, did we actually kill it?
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. I thought he was joking at first.
Trish is the best.
I
I
didn't get
stole that
shit.
kill from you. Just
I thought he was kidding.
sniped. I sniped it.
I was very worried.
Nope, I sniped it.
I mean,
What would
I'm
you guys
sure-
do without
I'm sure that I probably
Trish.
with that 26 hitter or 23 hit, whatever I had, I'm sure I probably got at least 2 damage tracks right there.
I'm sure.
yeah.
I would guess its damage track was somewhere around 11.
Yeah. With a
Maybe.
secondary at like 15 or 16.
Mm-hmm. Well, the second one is what, always 6 higher?
Oh shit, yeah.
Usually, yeah,
How
5 or
do
6
we-
higher, I guess. Yeah.
We forgot about the dove and dropped it in the cow cave, and now it's been crushed.
No.
Wait, we forgot what?
No.
Jordan's like, oh shit, where's the dove? Because John brought it up. Is the dove still alive? And so Jordan's like, oh shit, where is
No,
it?
I attached it to my bag.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
its
It fell off.
cage.
Not the
Exactly, it
cage,
fell off.
just the dove.
Just the
Oh,
dove.
the
Just the
dove.
dove.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose this.
So,
I took a strap and just
That
strapped
just
the dove to
makes
my
me think of fucking. I believe it's Futurama where the. No, is it the? There's no, it's The Simpsons because Bart's like twin brother on one of the Halloween episodes. He sews together a pigeon and a rat.
Yeah, Jordan just sews the dove to his backpack, and later on we're looking at it going, Jordan, it's dead. What did you do? Why did you sew it to your backpack?
it to my backpack so it wouldn't get away. I just wanted to have a part dove, part backpack. What's wrong with that?
Well, I guess I know what we're having for dinner.
His
Backpack.
backpack?
Yeah.
Backpack dove.
It's very chewy.
Hell yeah.
I just want to say, guys, Trish was the MVP of that whole thing.
Wow, you're terrible. Stop it.
Yeah, my favorite part was when you Scooby-Doo ran away as soon as the monster started. to get
You're
up.
right.
That was my favorite part too. Actually, no.
Real raggy.
My favorite part was when I sniped the kill.
Yeah, and
At the
here,
end.
you want some corruption, Nate? Eat some of this. Eat some of that meat that's left over from
Oh,
this.
that's fucking
cow-
Eat
rotted.
some cow to pee.
If it wasn't rotting, maybe.
It'll give you corruption,
But it's rotted.
brimming with chaos.
Rotted.
You'll be fine. You're part goblin.
Look it.
Shut the fuck up.
You're part goblin. No,
just remember
she's
when your
part
character
dwarf
dies
and
in
part
his
elf.
Hey, Trish's
always-
getting better. I said you're part goblin. I didn't even say you're a goblin. God, no one ever gives credit where credit's due.
Yeah, they give credit where credit's not due.
Yeah. Are you frozen, Topher?
Am I frozen? No.
Oh, your face looked frozen.
Your face is frozen.
Your face is frozen.
All right. So as you are poking about amongst the remains of the cowtipede and slicing off good-looking giblets and portions and stuff,
Delicious.
you hear from the south. We'll just make one. The voice of a little girl standing at the edge of the ravine, and she says,
she's the real
man
suck
trap.
at phase.
she
Hunter,
says
how
you,
could
I told you it was haunted.
Wow.
See, Cody, I fucking told you.
You guys are
What
both
was I
terrible.
here?
Down into the ravine. She said she didn't, and she didn't.
Doesn't matter. She followed us here, though. She could have easily
And she-
stepped on a man trap.
She's like craning her neck to look, and she's like, "Did you kill it? What is it?"
I'm about to start loading a second bolt.
Why don't you come down here and find out what it is?
And she's like, "Okay." And she
Not
comes,
Come down here. No, no.
Yes!
Do not come down.
Yes!
and she
I
comes,
Lean's like,
No,
oh,
I'm gonna-
this kid has
No
balls.
way to, the top of one of these and stop her if she tries.
yeah, she goes right
Oh,
over to the rope where Trish is standing. She's like, "Can I go down? I want to see."
Like, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Let her down. Just move the man trap.
And she's like, "Man trap?" And she like looks down. She's like, "Oh my gosh. Did you think
Yes.
someone was coming?"
You
I
said
don't
the
know
one
if that,
thing here.
that
What about people
paranoid
thought
attitude.
some boogans might follow us or something?
Yeah, you
Ooh, that's smart. Those boogans have been around.
Thank you. I thought it was smart too.
And so
Don't
she'll
be caught, please. I
she'll-
will never be able to live it down.
shimmy down and hop over the bear trap.
Jesus.
And she
don't like that.
she waves her hand in front of her face. She's like, "Man, this place stinks worse than usual." And then she notices the cowtipede as its corpse laying across the.
Nate, use your witch sight on her.
I
And
did
she's
earlier when
like-
we were at the town.
She's
So
like,
just
"Oh
keep
my
doing it."
gosh, this is horrifying."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nailed it. See that? It's got 4 hearts that were all fused together.
Trish will be at the
multiple
top
cow
like, no
bodies tied together.
shit.
And
Just
she's
saw
like-
when we went down to the big cow cave.
She's like, "Hearts," you said. Well, let me see the heart. Where's the heart?
So I'll point out the hearts to her.
And as she's examining it with the crossbow bolt through it and the mangles and everything from your guys' attacks.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
did get a good survival to get loot and stuff, by the way.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
curious.
So we'll go through that in a second.
That's fine. Just clarifying.
And she's looking at it, and you guys are kind of looking at it with her, and you see that the heart, the 4 hearts
Yes?
combined, they are sort of suffused and covered with black tendrils of what looks like kind of like like mushroom material, like mycelium is the word, or
So
like
some sort of organic.
yeah, like chitinous growth, and the tendrils are wrapped around and are part of what was holding the 4 hearts together. And she peers at it, and she's like, I wonder what that witch wanted with this heart.
Making a beastie.
And she'll look at you and be like, "What do you mean?"
I mean, she made a monster.
Made a monster? This thing was here before she was.
What the fuck do you mean?
This place has been haunted ever since we dumped the bodies here.
So you're saying this cow cave was always here?
I mean, the cow pile was always here.
And someone else was here beforehand fucking with all this.
It definitely wasn't haunted, but there's definitely some weird stuff that's been going on.
Why do you think someone was here fucking with it? They
You wonder if maybe that witch was the good guy?
Well, you think coming here to dispel it? If anything, I think if the witch by some chance was not directly responsible for the monster, she was responsible for collecting the mushrooms growing in the cave.
Could be.
That I am almost 100% sure of.
You guys collected the mushrooms too.
Yeah, but we weren't
Not
going to keep into
these
poison
special
towns.
ones, though. These are definitely different from the normal mushrooms. The others were normal mushrooms. This is not normal.
So for your survival roll, Celine, you're able to gather 6 pristine pieces of cowtopede parts, like pieces of lung, and especially tough sinew and muscle and stuff like that you can stow away in your pack.
Am I able to get any of this mushroomy stuff?
Yeah. So we'll say you also get 4 cowtopede plant, quote unquote, plant material as well.
See, now you've harvested the special mushroom.
And that's what he really wanted.
And now you can't say that
Wow.
the witch is any worse than you.
If the witch wanted this for some reason, I clearly want it.
And the girl will be like, yeah, when I saw her come here with those boogans, she was ranting and raving about the heart, and she said something about her heart, and I don't know. It was weird.
I wonder if we killed her too. If they're connected, that'd be pretty fucked up.
That would be fucked up.
I'm gonna recollect those man traps.
Okay.
Loose of fingers.
They all do just look like cow hearts, right? Nothing special.
So yeah, it's 4 cow hearts fused together. And the really startling or striking thing is the black tendrils of like fungoid material that
Which I got some of.
yeah, which you harvested some of. But that fungus material that's wrapping the 4 hearts and holding them together is definitely abnormal in terms of cow hearts.
How big is an orcs normally? Like, say, female orcs.
So they start out, all orcs start out basically human-sized as a low orcs, and basically progress in their morphology as they age and as they commit violence. So they grow and feed off of conflict and violence.
And they grow infinitely.
Basically, yeah. So there are well-known folk tales of colossal orcs who through decades and centuries of waging endless war against anything they can find have grown enormous and freakishly powerful and giant.
So the little girl, how big was this witch that you saw?
And she'll look at the 3 of you down here, and she'll point at Hart and be like, kind of like him, but if you took one of him and put it on top of him.
So very broad,
Yeah,
but not
like this.
excessively tall.
Huh.
I
And she does
he's
like a
Hard is like 4'9", so right, Topher?
Yeah, so it'd be almost
Oh, yeah.
almost a 10-foot orc.
Yeah. So a cow heart might be fitting for her if she did need a replacement.
I still think that seems pretty big. I don't know
You
about
don't know how big an
replacement,
orc's
but
heart is normally.
It should be 4 cow hearts.
I mean,
Think how big a cow is. A cow is a lot bigger than a 10-foot tall oryx.
Yeah, but we also don't know the organ size and whatnot.
You're right.
Either,
You
so.
know, I think that there's a possibility. I think it's more likely that there's some sort of magical connection between the two, or that she was experimenting or testing something.
Could be. There's one way to find out. We can go talk to her if she's still alive.
So
Let's go knock on the door.
by the time of next episode, I expect a fully cited paper about orcs morphology.
Oh, okay.
Give me some research material.
Yeah.
I need to do
Get
some
the hell out of here.
Yeah,
Time
go
for
back
everyone
home.
to go.
All right.
It was fun while it lasted, but get the fuck away from me.
Wow. You really hate children,
Tie
don't
the
you?
rope. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Kids are evil.
Celine, or not Celine, Trisha's like, fuck you guys, throws the rope down. All right, so the plan is to go back to town.
Or do we just want to go straight to? Is anyone like hurt?
I think
No?
one of you is imperiled.
Yeah,
I'm
Jordan.
no longer. No,
I am.
because of the.
You're still imperiled. You're not ignored.
You lost.
Oh.
You regained 1 back.
I thought
not
you already
2.
said back to unhindered.
I did
No.
say it wrong. I didn't realize you had
Yeah.
taken 2 peril.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Jordan and I are imperiled, but like that's fine.
yeah.
When did you take your peril, Nate?
When he-
Were you also
Magic missile.
Yeah, he perfect
Oh, okay.
casted, which causes him to move down.
Okay.
It's the best thing ever. It's how I took down the big ol' toothy boy with the witch stone tooth, whatever his name was.
In the alternate
Imagine
timeline.
that's basically fine to continue. Don't you guys think, or do you think
Yeah.
you need a rest?
No, yeah.
I'm fine. Like, besides you, like, if we get into combat, this is a bit meta, but when we get into combat, you can just do it again, and if you succeed, we're fine, right?
Yeah.
That's
Or is
true.
it once
Yeah.
a day?
No,
No,
anytime
it's
we do combat.
once an encounter.
Yeah, see?
I'm like a magic faith healer.
Yeah.
It's like,
How's
believe
everyone
in me
doing
and you'll
mentally?
feel better.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing mentally after fighting a giant cow centipede?
I'm feeling great. We get order ranks for killing
Just
the cow
Heart,
centipede.
Heart
really
is,
digging it.
regular,
Yeah.
Heart is
Hey.
regularly indifferent to most things, so he's fine.
We removed evil from the world. It feels good.
Yeah.
All
right.
So let's go to where that tower was.
All right. So from the way that they described
Little girl,
it,
take us to the tower.
No.
Fuck her.
Yeah, what? No, should
I mean, if you can, she's still there with you in the pit still. Like,
She
if-
can give us directions, but I don't want her taking us there.
Well, if we tell her where we're going, she's gonna come.
I mean, you're
probably
probably right. God damn it. Your father is very irresponsible.
and she'll look at you and be like, "Are you going to the tower now?"
She's a child.
Yes,
what do you
we're going to
expect?
the tower
You
now.
can't trust her.
Go ahead and take us to the tower. We know you're gonna follow us.
And she'll be like, "Okay, well, I had a request that I didn't want to ask you in front of everybody, but
Sure. Lillian specifically?
well, no, for all of you,
For the group. Okay.
Yeah. So most of the people who were poisoned by the Boogans died. But
But not all of them?
I know one person who didn't. And she's my friend, and we've been friends for our whole lives. And I know that she didn't die because I saw them carrying her away in the night after she ate some of the mushrooms in one of her mommy's stews. And I don't know why she didn't die, but she was definitely alive when they were carrying her. And I'm afraid, because when people don't die when they're supposed to die, people sometimes, especially around these parts, they get a little weird about that.
Your friend's evil and probably being used in experiments.
And she'll look at you and be like, "What?"
No.
Selena will just nod her head like, yeah, that's probably it.
There is very little reason to believe that at this point.
Well, why not? She
If
didn't
you're-
die of poison.
If your friend is still alive,
She's being
we'll
experimented
find
on.
her. We will find her. And
Also,
if she's,
Selene doesn't have any
if she's
friends.
okay and not experimented on and fine, then we will go ahead and
Well,
help you put together some kind
I
of
could put together that.
lie. We'll put together some kind of lie to tell everyone.
And she'll be
Last
like,
thing we want to do is save her here and have your people throw her back in the cow pit or something.
and she'll be like, you would do that for me?
No, I wouldn't.
I would, fortunately. One of us has a soul.
But kids are evil, I'm telling you. They've already sold their souls to the devil.
This girl has helped us out a lot. She's given
And
us so much information.
they get
Least
you.
we can do. They get us by helping us?
Yeah. You owe them a debt.
Oh, so you don't
You
want to
can't
be
just
in debt to
owe
them.
and
Well, that's- Then we have to help them out
now.
now, Nate. They already owe them a debt. We help them out now. There's no more debt. We're good. What do you think, Celine? Come on, the math adds up.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Alright.
Don't
Well-
like it.
Regardless of what the gnomish woman would have you believe, we do care at least a little bit about trying to help folks.
She'd be like, well, if you can find her, that would be excellent. I'm just so worried. I don't know why they would take her when she didn't die.
She's actually a bogan.
Do we? I'm gonna whisper. I'm gonna whisper to Lillian. Do we know where boogans actually come from?
They're mutated folks, yeah?
So
Just like
there
orcs are.
are a plethora of rumors and tales and folklore about where boogans come from, and especially also where orcs come from, because there's the general understanding that all orcs varieties arise from this sort of infection or like fungus based illness, but the actual like circumstances and reasons for how that works are not super well understood by common folk. So it's like, oh, if you fight orcs in war, there's a chance that, one of the rumors is like you get struck by an orc sword, you could become infected with orc's mold and you would turn into one eventually. And like with boogans, it's like, oh, well, the orcs, they snatch babies in the night and they turn them into boogans, or, goblins will steal children and transform them, or, boogans are the result of orcs and human offspring, or any number of like, of rumors or folk tales. But nobody really, like, between the four of you, you would all have a different, like,
Yeah.
tale or have
So-
heard of a different way of how it happens.
So Hart is worried that
I
she's
heard
being...
they come out of Celine's butt.
That's good.
So Hart is worried that they took the
Magic
girl to
missile.
turn her into a boogan.
Magic.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not out of the realm of possibility. But we don't know until we talk to her.
We also don't know how long that process would take and if it's reversible
Yeah.
or anything like that.
Yeah, we have no idea until we talk to somebody. So we'll do our best to help your friend out if there's anything that can be done.
All right. Well, I really appreciate it, and I can show you where the tower is, but I don't really want to stick around once we get there. I enjoy my food not poisoned, and so it would be best for me to leave you once we reach the tower.
I agree, and
Could
I'm
just
glad
give us
that you agree.
directions.
Yeah, you also can just tell us if you don't want to go. That's totally fine.
No, she definitely wants to go. She wants. What am I doing?
What am I doing?
She wants
We all-
to show you. There we go. But yeah. So yeah, she will clamber out of the pit with you guys. And you don't have to make a check to get out at a leisurely pace. Jordan's like, I had to make a check. And turns out that the tower is almost like straight west of where you guys are now, because the pit is like vaguely northeast of the town, and where the tower appeared seemingly overnight is a little bit northwest of the town. And so she leads you on your merry way, and she doesn't really talk a whole lot on the walk over there.
That's a change.
And so you arrive at a clearing of trees in which you can
There's
easily...
full fog of war here, by the way.
What?
There's full fog of war. I don't know if you know that.
The lower left corner is not fogged.
I was zoomed in too far. My bad.
Yeah. So go ahead and drag your tokens onto this real quick.
Oh, we gotta do everything.
I'm already coughing my head off. Someone's smoking outside. It's going in through my window.
Tasty.
Well, I recommend you don't be so weak.
Yeah.
And so you guys are coming from like this, from the right of the screen, because you're coming from the east, and in a clearing where it's like meadow surrounded by sort of light forest, you easily spot a rather large stone tower that is just kind of sticking out of the ground at a little bit of like a canted angle. So it's not sticking straight up, but it's kind of leaning Tower of Pisa style.
Okay.
And around the base of the tower, there's a bunch of like upturned dirt where it seemingly had appeared in the ground. And from the pointed roof at the top, there are what looks like ropes hanging down, where like a few different like grapple hooks or ropes had been thrown over the peak of the tower. And otherwise,
Probably from the people that were like trying to break in.
that would be a safe assumption. And otherwise, it's very towery. So it's made of stone bricks, and it has very small windows that, for every story. So there's 3 stories tall, and it's a little bit taller than it is wide. And it's fairly nondescript, besides the fact that it appeared out of nowhere overnight.
Cool.
And
I'm
so-
gonna go knock on the front door.
Hello.
Wow, you would.
I mean, we are
Yeah.
here to try and talk to her about stuff.
Okay. So the girl, as you're walking up, the girl will be like, "Those ropes are where from when some people in the town came and tried to pull it over. You see how it's sitting funny in the ground, and so they thought maybe they could pull it down and get everybody out of there." I need to zoom in a little bit.
That was definitely an idea.
That's not to play around with magic that you don't understand.
Okay, so you're gonna knock on the door.
Yep.
That'll do, little girl. That'll do.
You rush off now.
Yep, and she'll scarp her off.
Get
Where
those beds ready for us when we come back.
Get the what? The
The
beds.
beds.
And she'll be like, "Okay." Where does everybody else want to be?
Who's up front? Is
I'll
that
be up
Lillian?
next
Yeah.
To old Lil.
I'm good at talking.
Damn it. Get behind. Yeah, you're not a talker. Get out of here. Heart.
And Celine, where do you want to be? You want to be far away?
I'll just
We'll
be like
just-
right here.
Okay.
Show up to their
Yeah.
door like Jehovah's Witness.
So it's like a big double door. It's a like taller than you are. Two big like brass rings on the front. And then in the middle where it's like two pieces, so when the door opens it obviously splits in half, but it's like a big knocker in the shape of a gargoyle's head.
You got a big knocker on you. Alright, well, I'll
it's-
grab the knocker and give it a boom.
And it resounds louder than you expected it to, or maybe like intended to. It's like bang, 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 and it kind of echoes through the stone of the tower. And you hear, as the banging fades, on the other side of the door, the scampering and scuttling of movement on the other side, and sort of hushed tones and
Black
and
dot.
and broken sentences from the other side. And then finally, from the very top of the tower, which is like flared out a little bit from the 2 stories below it, you hear a booming voice shouts out and says, "Who here to bother me?"
I'm Trish. This is Lillian. And, we had some questions for you.
Would like to speak to the lady of the tower.
Questions? Lady? Do you want to pull my house down?
No?
Oh. What kind of questions do you have for me?
Why don't you?
A couple of questions. Do you happen to have a little girl that was taken from the village recently?
Why should I tell you? Booms from the top of the tower.
Well, we are asking very nicely.
That's true. No! I don't have a little girl here.
Can I make like? an
Yeah, you could do
insight check?
a scrutinize.
Scrutinize. That's right. I'm really bad at these. Someone else should do it as
I
well.
should do one
I'll
as well.
scrutinize.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty sure I scrutinized pretty well,
Jordan can actually re-roll his scrutinize as well.
which I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I succeeded.
Jordan
Jesus.
failed twice.
Twice.
That's
That'll happen.
So it's clear to Celine that she's definitely lying. Even through the booming voice from the top of the tower.
She's lying through her.
Hart yells, "Are you friends with that weird cow thing in the ravine?"
And there's a long pause, and almost like a minute long, where you're standing there and you're like, does she hear what she said? And then even louder booms from the top of the tower, "What do you know of the cow pit monster?"
What do you know of the cow pit monster?
I know that it's
I
dead.
asked you first!
I know that it's
Very
dead.
much Holy Grail.
And then there's another long pause. Dead?
You know, like not
Yeah.
moving, can't fight anymore, non-functional.
It had a bit of a heart attack.
Ha!
Heart attack.
That's pretty
I
good.
try really hard to just
Yep.
play that straight.
And she'll be like,
The old razzle dazzle.
did you kill it?
I mean,
Would that make
much
you
as
mad?
You can kill the dead creature, yes.
God, you guys are just.
They're just volunteering all the information. We're in a negotiation here.
Hey man, if you help them out and work with them, that's how you raise their
You're
friendliness.
assuming that's what they wanted us to do.
Right? Yeah.
And
Like-
there's another long
GG to you
pause.
guys.
She just seemed really upset when we said it was dead, and she's like, "Are you sure?" so I assume it's not a bad thing. She would have been like, "What? How did you kill it?"
So there's another long pause, and she'll say again, if, say, hypothetically, I were to have a prisoner of some kind, could we arrange a trade?
What do you want it for? The cow to peed.
Right?
And she'll stop mid sentence. Yes. Bring me its heart, and I will trade a hypothetical prisoner for it.
What you need it for?
I need not detail my plans to you.
Okay, I'll keep the heart.
Wait, 1 second. Okay.
We'll tell you what we'll do with the little girl if you tell us what you do with the heart.
I need to study it.
Go on.
With you?
And there's a big, almost porcine sigh amplified from the top of the tower. And she's like, this would be easier if you came up here.
And Celine tries to run through the front door.
and she'll be like, I'll have my brood let you in. And then the double doors open up, and inside this first floor, where's my reveal button? Am I dumb?
As soon as you said that we could come inside, my music started playing this like
That's
like
good.
mystical magic
Yeah.
music. It's like, is this mystical and magical? Kind of.
So like inside this first floor of the tower, there's various like pieces of furniture and what looked to be a very nicely like furnished living quarters that has just absolutely been like ransacked and disorganized by dozens of boogans that are like running nuts and crazy in this first floor. And so this entire area is just like crazy with boogans like pushing each other and throwing shit at each other and like having little boogan fist fights and screaming swear words, and just like it is madhouse chaos in this first floor.
Trish will whisper over to Lillian, like, they're like children.
And so they
Gnomes.
they look like
gnomes.
they're smaller than a gnome by a little bit, and they look like kind of like orcs in miniature. All of them are completely naked. They have no genitalia or anything. They're just like smooth like a Ken doll.
Like a Ken doll.
And they are just going nuts. And one of them had pulled the door open, and they don't even like pay attention to you as you walk in. And it is just like this chaotic din of action and yelling and things flying through the air.
Yeah. Trish will be like, what, rowdy house?
Is she there on the first floor?
She is not. So you don't see anything other than just tons and tons of boogans going crazy.
Is there
So
stairs?
Celine's enjoying this, but she's going towards the stairs.
Okay. So as you walk past,
I'll follow Celine. Yeah, move us. Person.
let's see. I need to roll a dice.
Oh, I'm going the wrong way.
So Celine and Trish need to give me dodge checks.
Oh shit.
I failed.
I made it.
Yeah. So Celine, a chair comes flying through the air and smacks into you surprisingly hard. And you take 7 points of damage. As the chair like breaks against you.
Fuck. I don't like these guys anymore.
And Trish just barely ducks a bucket that comes flying overhead. And
Traumatized.
And you feel the little cut on your head. It hurts just a little bit at the psychological prospect of being hit by another bucket.
Becoming Harry Potter.
I'll snap it back. Hey, watch it with those buckets. You know, they're no joke.
And a little Boogan who's like standing on an overturned like chest of drawers is like, "Hey, watch it! Buckets are dangerous."
Like, yo, shit.
I say you like these guys. These guys are literally just... These are worse than kids.
No, they're still not worse than kids, trust me.
And so yeah, you're able to make it to the stairs.
I'm not a fan of them anymore.
You would make it a bucket.
It's just gonna be a running theme. Like that's gonna be what kills you. Is just a bucket.
A bucket.
Yeah.
It'll be me standing over you in your final moments. We gave you so many chances, Trish.
You just
And
couldn't
now this is
reform.
how it has to be.
Smashes my head in with the bucket. Smother me with the bucket.
And so as you summit the stairs, I'm an idiot. As you summon, I am doing this all wrong.
Summon the stairs.
As you summit the stairs
Stairs of Sesame.
to the second story of the tower, you pass through, there's a door at like a landing, and so you pass through a single door and then continue up the spiral staircase. As you shut the door behind you, this floor could not be more different than the one below you, because it's almost like, as the door shuts behind you, entirely silent and really dimly lit, and there's like no movement or anything. But as you summit this to this floor, you are met with a pretty ghastly sight. Because what you see are dead bodies sort of haphazardly scattered around a basically empty floor. So as you survey this floor, it becomes clear that like almost all of the furniture that was here was moved to the bottom floor, and so that's why it's so full of just random stuff. But there's corpses scattered around, and from most of the corpses is growing a single giant toadstool mushroom.
What kind of corpses?
They're human. They're mostly human. There are a few that could possibly be identified as humanoid, but almost all of them are like entirely covered in like mycelium and fungus tendrils and stuff. And growing from them is this giant mushroom stalk. And at the top, where the fruit of the mushroom is, every single fruit of the mushroom has like a translucent sac on it, in which boogans of varying states of development are growing.
Holy shit.
And so as you look around, they're like little like not even developed boogan specks in these little sacks, and some of them have like almost fully grown, like toddler or good-sized child-sized boogans, and those ones are like drooping down, almost touching the ground with the weight of the growing boogan. And everybody needs to roll resolve, because this is
the miracle of childbirth, my
this
friend.
this is horrifying and startling.
Horrifying. Yeah. Terrifying.
I
Totally
really
not
hope-
interesting in wonder.
It can be both. It can be both.
I'm indifferent. Do you still want me to roll for?
Yeah, so
potential-
this is not because there's corpses or gore or anything. This is because you have revealed to yourself the true origin of boogans, and it's just disgusting and horrifying.
I like it. I have an important question. Do any of these bodies have crushed pelvises?
It's very hard to tell.
Damn it.
You have to do an inspection.
So Jordan fails.
Man, you guys should get better resolve.
Alright, I
mine's
tried to
actually
help.
pretty good compared to Topher's, at least.
Mine's 46,
Succeeded.
Yeah.
but I succeeded.
Yeah, no, you still succeeded.
So you take 14 peril,
Ooh. Damn.
and you also suffer. Let me look real quick. I think it's.
That would have fucked me up.
Dang it. Now ignore one skill rank again.
She's growing boogans out of corpses, and
She's
it.
growing boobies.
Did that go over your second tier, Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're down to ignore 2 skill
Yeah, you
ranks,
should be at
right?
ignore too.
Oh. So it stacks or whatever.
Yeah, always.
Well, if we haven't rested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Booty.
So 1 second. You also suffer.
If that happens
Psychosis.
again, I'll be incapacitated. You guys have to drag Trish around.
No, we'll just leave you.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you wouldn't do anything, bad to her.
Just
You also
put her in
gain
a room full of bucket.
6 corruption.
This is bullshit. I want corruption.
So I go 6 up on the corruption ranks.
So in that
So just
circle,
corruption and-
in the middle, put 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that represents your horror at the true state of the world, where you're like, I thought boogans came from, like,
But
yeah, like some silly
Silly
folktale, and this is actually how they happen. This is awful.
We didn't roll a resolve check for the cowtipede.
You're right, you didn't, and you probably should have, but I forgot.
Yeah, I want corruption, goddammit. I need my corruption to be above so I can do a
Told
plus
you.
3 to initiative.
Eat a cowtipede burger.
No, give me the goddamn bird.
Do more terrible things.
Goddamn burger.
I can't! Everyone's right here!
Smoke some more of your witch weed.
should just murdered that little girl and
Just kill a little girl. Yeah, so
Christ.
you survey the room, and it's disgusting and horrible. But the spiral staircase just continues upward from where you guys are if you want to keep going up.
should be like, well, I wish I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I failed a heal check to figure out what the causes of death were, so.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Crush pelvis.
So you're looking around and you're like, well, these are a bunch of dead people, and they've got mushrooms growing out of them.
Can I pluck one of the small little boogans that's like tiny?
Yeah. You want to take like a fetal boogan, like out,
little tiny one.
like out
that's
of the.
gotta be like an exotic alchemy material.
Yeah, so like out of like the translucent sac on the mushroom.
Yeah, I just want to take a really tiny one.
Okay, yeah. So roll me. Do me another like survival or heal or something to surgically extract this.
This is important. I want to reroll.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you can.
So Hart sees her hand going for it, and he goes, "She's gonna notice."
I don't care. God damn it!
Jesus.
And so as you take out your knife and you're gently slitting the translucent membrane, and liquid is spilling out onto the floor, and you reach in to grab it and you accidentally crush it because it's so tiny and delicate, and you're like, damn it.
I'll be more careful this time. I'm gonna try again.
And so as you look around, there's only one more that's like little.
Can I like assist to make it easier somehow?
Yes, I got
Well, that
it.
And so it strikes you as you're doing this how wrong it feels to extract this tiny, like,
Functionally an abortion.
partially formed
C-section.
Bugin.
No,
and
it's
you-
not a C-section.
You suffer 3 corruption as you contemplate the
Contemplate.
the consequences of your actions.
Chances of this ending peacefully just went down probably pretty
You mean
dramatically.
I don't get corruption for crushing one?
Well, this is like the combined effects. 1.5 for each.
I'm gonna look at you and go, I really hope that we figure out that she killed these people.
All right.
One Boogan baby that is
A
barely
little Bugin fetus in a jar on your belt.
She's gonna like look at that
on
immediately.
my belt.
Well, yeah, hidden somewhere. That's fair. Yeah, put away, but still.
And I'll wipe my hand off on. I'm gonna wipe it off on the back of Trish.
Gross.
I mean, I'm already covered in yucky mud of
Yep.
from the.
And I'm glad she doesn't care.
All right. So do you ascend further?
Yeah.
All right.
Or I guess it's probably not the last flight, but
So you ascend another fairly long spiral staircase. The roofs of these floors are very high, and so you crest to the top, and you enter in this sort of like it looks very much like what you would expect a traditional or stereotypical like wizard's office would look like. There's a big long desk, and there's like bookshelves on these angled walls, and like a little table with like runes etched into it over here, and like stuff on the walls for magical reagents and everything. And sitting, or standing, I suppose, behind is a female orc. And she's standing there with her hands on her hips, and she's wearing like a caricature of like tattered wizard's robes that look like they've been taken from somebody like 4 sizes too small and just like made to fit her body, and so there's like the sleeves are ripped and everything. And she's got like a hood over her head and everything. And she's got a ton of what look like empty jars kind of like slung over her body, hanging from like handmade looking belts of cloth and stuff. And so this area, these let's see, where's my pointer? These sections of the wall right here that are like a little bit thinner are actually like giant window doors, kind of like French doors or whatever. And so each of them can open outward, and you can see through the windows that there's like this little walkway that surrounds the outside, and yeah, there's these like little balcony protrusions that have little like crenellations as part of the top of the tower. And so this is the part obviously that's flared out at the top, and then you are under a giant conical roof, and so when you look up, the roof forms a very tall cone above you. Yeah, and so she's standing there, and
We're standing here.
and you're standing there, and you come up, and she looks at the four of you, and she says, "Now I think we need to talk a little bit of business." And that's where the episode ends. For Sash Bear number 4, Boogans and Beasties. And
Baby
Boogans.
and so yeah, she's big, and she's not 10 feet tall, but she is very tall. She's at least 7 feet tall, and she's jacked and orcish, and she wants to talk.
Do you think she has a penis?
You'd have to look. All right, scrutinize. So that's where we're gonna end it, because it is exactly 1 o'clock. Super good session.
Exactly.
Thank you to Nathan and Cody and Topher and Jordan for being here for our 4th episode of Scarlet Sash Stories. We successfully played a game of Zweihander 4 out of the 5 Fridays of April, which is like quite the feat.
That one Friday was special because people passed.
Well, yeah. So we had to postpone the first Friday, which was originally going to be our first episode. So yeah, tune in next week, next Friday, May what?
7th?
6th?
6th?
Yeah, 6th for episode 5, where we will figure out what the Orcs witch wants. What's her deal? What's with all these boogans and these corpses?
And all these
Are we gonna
materials
have
that
to
are
kill
mine
it?
now. I mean, what?
Yeah, and what can Celine do with all these alchemical materials?
Yeah, look at this. There's a room full of them now.
Baby
Can we
Bogan.
learn the
It's all
spell
mine.
for a teleporting tower?
Yeah, we gain ourselves a teleporting tower.
I'm just gonna teleport this tower back into our home base and be like, guys, look what I have.
Down.
Just like
Am I doing good, Captain?
just appears in the middle of the fort.
You crushed Tom. Well, maybe Tom shouldn't have been standing there.
So yeah, we're gonna call it here. Thank you everybody for watching. Please subscribe to the Zweihander RPG channel if you have not yet, so that you can receive notifications when we go live. There are also a whole host of other excellent shows that run on this channel at various other days that you can watch.
Maybe.
So yeah,
It's not as cool.
thank you everybody, and we will see you next Friday.
Yeah!